My webcam is turning this part of my body pure white. That's crazy.
Alright, we are live
It's like
now.
snow. Oh, damn.
I sent out the ad everyone. I already
So we
made the
live
blue
now?
sky post. We should be, yes, we should be live currently. You
Meow,
can
meow, meow,
see
meow,
my
meow, meow, meow,
gaming.
meow, 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 meow.
You've got all your audio sounding good and everything on your end. Oh wait, I don't have, I just accidentally somehow made it so you're not on screen. Here's the issue, there we go. Fixed. Excellent. Excellent. Getting better every day. A little quicker, a little less technical difficulty. Elaine is first in the chat once again. Hi, Elaine! Always
Meow.
glad to have you here. Elaine's one of my favorites. Yeah, that's right, it's a favorites game. It's always been a favorites game, and it always will be a favorites game. And if you're going to act sassy about it, you're probably not going to end up in the favorites list, let's be honest. If you're like, why aren't I a favorite? It's because you act like that. Oh shit, I accidentally took you off screen somehow. Okay, you're back. And you've got
True.
Totodile.
If you don't like the favorites game, Totodile will use Scratch on you.
Z-Cypher, also one of my favorites, is here, who just says, hey. Childish Armenzo says, hi! Hello, Childish. Sorry that you are clearly, like, when there's only 3 people and I call 2 of them favorites and then I don't call one, it makes it, like, real disclusionary, but I feel like it just should make you feel ambitious. Like, well, obviously I don't really know B that well, so why would I even think I'd be in that list compared to people who clearly must know her, like Zerakiel here in the chat, who says, I'm here.
I assumed that I would
Favorites.
never catch your attention strongly enough to be friends with you, and look where I am now.
It's beautiful. I wanted to be your friend literally the first time I laid eyes on you, so it was inevitable.
I'm cool.
There's 7 people watching right now. I'll wait till we have more people viewing before I start just like ranting about getting a content ID strike, because I am platinum mad, but I'm also playing Pokemon Platinum, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not where I was when we last spoke.
Are you in the next town? What is this?
I am in the next town. I was gonna hold off on beating the boss, on beating the first gym until the next stream, but I had already lost twice, and I thought, you know what? You were all bored by the early part of the game anyways, and I did a lot of fucking grinding. Because my Pokemon were underleveled when I got to the gym, but also I hadn't really been paying attention that much to, like, a lot of the environmental storytelling, and, like, I skipped a bunch of NPCs, so I basically went back and talked to everybody again. Also, I didn't realize that, like, trainers will give you different dialogue after you beat them than they do before the fight. So I talked to some people again, learned things like, for instance, that you can catch a Machoke exactly north of the town with the first gym, which, knows low kick when you catch it, so you can easily sweep that gym just using low kick twice. And also leveling up Brody one more time, she learned Razor Leaf, which obviously one shot or maybe 2 shot the what's it called, the thing with the ram head. So yeah, it didn't take much grinding to just, like, destroy that gym.
Cranidos.
Now, I did just continue playing after that because I was having fun. And, I fought the, what's it called, Team Galactus.
Team Galactic.
Well, you can move while you're pouring.
What the fuck?
I didn't realize that.
That's
so you
crazy.
Could, like, pour on all 4 in a row without having to do the same text over and over again. Let's see.
Zerakiel wants you to show off your team because she wasn't here for the last stream.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go back to the Pokemon Center and show off all the Pokemon I have. Good. After I plant these couple of berries and water them.
Because the way you've been playing the game is very different from how I've been playing it, where you're actually trying to fill up the Pokedex as best you can. So you, like, immediately fill up your team with a bunch of guys, and you're trying to level them all evenly. Mm-hmm. Whereas I had no troubles with the first gym because I just used Pokemon that I like Like if I look at it, I think that's cute. I'll try that one. And in the beginning of the game, all I had was my starter and a Shinx and a Bidoof. I did catch other Pokemon. I just like put them in PC because I didn't really want to use them that badly. So by the time I got to the first gym, my Chimchar had already like leveled up enough times that he evolved into Monferno, and Monferno has fighting type moves.
Sorry, I
So
just sent out a Pokemon that only knows Harden. This is the so you may have
oh,
like here's for instance, last night I had a what was the other one? It's Cascoon and Silcoon, right? So
Yeah.
I had a Wurmple that evolved into a Cascoon. Once that hit level 10, it became the Moth Dustox, which is pretty cool looking, but it would have been completely fucking useless for the first gym. So I was like, I don't know why this is a Pokemon I even can catch yet. So I tossed that into the box, and then I caught a Silcoon independently of that, and I figure it probably only needs to level up like one time to evolve and then get stuffed in a box as well. But I do think the fact that Silcoon and Cascoon are just the exact same thing is pretty lame. Like, I don't know if it was meant to like trick you into thinking like, oh, well, why are they, what's the difference? Or maybe it's just a type difference, but now that it's Platinum, they're both in it. That's probably what it is.
I have no idea.
All I know is it sucks.
Zarakiel says Dustox looks cool, but its main redeeming quality is psychic moves. Yeah, I mean, that's the same as what Z-Cypher's been saying about Butterfree in the first game. So that's how he got past Brock in the old games. He would just get his Butterfree up to like level 20 and Psybeam everything to death.
Oh, Psybeam, yeah, I guess. Well, because when it hit level 10, it learned Confusion, which, like, cool, but not enough for the task at hand. Meanwhile, there's a fucking Machop literally right there.
Yeah, these games always give you, like, the basic bitch stuff right off the bat. It's like, you have, like, a bug type, a fire, water, grass, whatever. Always got to make sure I have something weird in my party. I need like, a Psychic or a Ghost or something. That is why I traded in a Misdreavus from Heart Gold, because Misdreavus is not in Platinum. You can get Mismagus, but not Misdreavus, which is stupid, because this game does have Dusk Stones that you use to evolve a Misdreavus. You can't get Misdreavus in Platinum, like, by itself. So I traded in Misdreavus. It learned Psybeam, like, immediately. I'm happy. I have something that uses Psychic attacks and Ghost attacks. He's a cool guy. He's adorable. He's tiny. Z-Cypher said Misdreavus is in Pearl. Yeah. I had Pearl when I was a kid. I had like all three of them briefly, because this kid at school like traded me his games for other DS games. Like he gave me so I had Diamond and Pearl, and then Platinum, which my mom bought me. I didn't play Pearl. I don't think I actually got my hands on Pearl until after I was already playing Platinum, and by then I'm like, why the fuck would I play Pearl?
I went the wrong direction. I wanted to go north. God damn it. I should use a repel. I don't want to fight all these fucking things.
Misdreavus is in Pearl and Murkrow is in Diamond. Is that so?
Silcoon? Should have caught that one.
It's criminal that Platinum doesn't have Misdreavus. Misdreavus is so fucking cute.
Yeah, Misdreavus is pretty sick.
Like when we were at that nerd store the other day and I saw the tiny Misdreavus plush, like if it was any cheaper, I think it was like $20. If it was any cheaper, I would have bought it, because it was only like this tall, but it was fucking cute, and I was like, damn, I kind of want that. I don't know if Misdreavus is like one of my favorite Pokemon. It's like it's definitely like top 20, right? Like it's in the upper echelons of cute Pokemon.
Wait a minute. How the fuck do I get back to the goddamn cave I used to get here?
B, you have a map.
Oh wait, it was the forest. Duh. I'm looking for the wrong type of an entrance. I want to go this way.
Eterna Forest.
Yeah, this is the place where it was all double battles, which was kind of cute.
Oh, was this where that NPC like follows you?
Yeah, she's like scared, but she has a Chansey, and the Chansey will heal you through the battles. But
I love that part so much.
It was
neat.
I appreciated that as a like the only part that sucked is that you can't like run from any of the random battles because they're all double battles and they will not let you.
Yeah.
But
it's a great way to get XP fast though, because she heals your Pokemon after every battle.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's great. I fucking... That's one of the things I'm talking about, like, why I like Johto so much in, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because there's so many just different things going on in every, like, town, and even sometimes, like, certain routes have something interesting going on. It's just like I love that about this game too, that it feels like there's a little bit of variety in the gameplay just to spice things up. It's like compared to this, Gen 3 felt very like straightforward and bare bones, you know?
I never made it very far into Gen 3, so I can't even really comment on that.
Well, you played Leaf Green, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, but I just consider that to be the first game, but like with a fresh
Yeah.
coat of paint.
I mean, more or less. There's some changes, but yeah. I do strongly prefer Fire Red Leaf Green over Gen 1, like the real Gen 1.
Yeah, for sure.
This Cypher said, I thought the Pearl Legendary would be Psychic. It's fucking pink. Why is it Water type? Is Palkia water? What the fuck? That's the space Pokemon, isn't it? What does Water type have to do with space? That's so stupid. He says, yes, I hate them. Ah! Why is Lugia a Psychic Flying and Palkia a Dragon Water? A Dragon Water? What the fuck?
Oh,
How many
God,
people
dude.
are watching now?
Oh,
Is it
you
time to
killed the
rant
wrong
about the
guy.
copyright strike yet? We have like 13 people watching.
No, I'll wait.
Okay.
I haven't even gotten to the Pokemon box. I didn't expect this battle because I didn't realize I hadn't fought these trainers yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
You like came into the stream pretty hot and bothered by the copyright thing, and then like swiftly got sucked into Pokemon. So it's,
Well, I
gonna be.
unfortunately, I wasn't like sincerely hot. I was like playing it up a bit. I was more upset before the stream, but I figured I was going to be playing Pokemon, so I wasn't going to be like.
Yeah. Clearly, it was seeing me in my cute dress that reset your brain and healed your soul, right?
Of course.
Shitty Kickflip says, all my homies hate copyright law. Fuck yeah.
I absolutely agree. I believe your what was the quote at the start of the Magical Destroyers video? She just says like anybody who's ever made a copyright claim should be like fed to the dogs or some shit like that.
I think
Whatever
she
you
said
said, it was correct.
I think she said shot like a dog, but
Shot
she said
like
it
a dog. Yeah.
she said it with such inflection that made me like belly laugh uncontrollably.
It was good stuff.
Should be shot in the street like a dog. Something like
Wait,
that,
that's
I
not
think.
what I wanted to do. What does this do? Mary seed? I don't even know what that does. You need to get the fuck out.
I need to watch that video again. I was like at a friend's house when that one dropped, and so I watched it like in her bathroom while brushing my teeth.
I do tend to watch Shitty Kickflips videos 2 or 3 times to fully process them.
Yeah, well, it was like a combination of like her and you that kind of like pushed me to start doing YouTube in the first place. I just like look around and I'm like, oh my god, I need to step up my game. Like,
I do believe Shitty Kickflips is probably going to be playing this exact same video game on stream tonight because she ran a poll on her channel about what type of stream to do. One of the options involved Pokemon Platinum, and that one has the most votes right now.
based. Yeah, she said something on Discord about streaming later tonight, and I was like, I would love to be on that, but got like 6 different things planned today.
We're going to be watching an Infinity Train group watch in the Golden Butterflies. If you're in Golden Butterflies and you didn't know about this, talk to Z Cypher because tonight at 8 Eastern, he's going to be leading a Infinity Train group watch.
That going on. And Marcy is also hosting a castration movie group watch in her like personal Discord, which is crazy. It's like
that movie's 4 hours long, by the way. So
she said that she'll probably crash out after the intermission or something. She'll only play like half of it tonight. Crazy.
I have not seen all of Castration movie. I did buy it on Gumroad, and I watched. I just basically watched whatever segments grabbed my attention in the moment as like things I felt I needed at that time. A lot of it is very dark, both literally and figuratively, and I was not like in the I wasn't in the grueling body horror type headspace. I was in the funny trans polyamory jokes headspace, which is what a lot of it is also. Also, there's just an amazing part about like a trans man getting his tits cut off and talking about like his relationship to his tits throughout, you know, life, and like it, and then actually getting the procedure. Like, just I assume just naturally that was happening while they were making the movie, so they just put it in. But it just kind of becomes journalistic at that point. Like, so there's parts of it that are like, even though it's a narrative film, it also has like an element of just vlogging and like personal, like real storytelling.
It sounds very up my alley. I need to see this like soon.
I think it's like $4 on Gumroad and $4 Canadian or something, which is like even less than $4.
Want to address a moment ago in response to Kickflip's also doing a Pokemon Platinum stream. She said, "Sorry to rip your swag." I am happy that is happening.
Dude,
that makes me extremely glad.
I'm playing Pokemon because of the fact that Krona is addicted to Pokemon, and I want
I'm spreading.
I'm really trying to look. My channel is okay. You know what? You brought the fire back. Okay, my channel is fucked. My channel is totally fucked. YouTube hates my channel. YouTube fucking hates my channel. I got a comment a couple hours ago from Isabel that said, YouTube didn't even notify me about this stream, about our last stream.
Yep.
I don't see Isabel in chat. She probably didn't get notified about this stream. She's a member of the channel. She pays money to be shown the videos. She watches all of them. She has been for a fucking half a decade at least. YouTube's not showing her the videos. YouTube does not want you to see my videos. Why? Because I feel like all the reasons are obvious, right? Like, I might be the most... What's the word I want? Uncontrollable?
Chaotic?
Chaotic? I just don't fit... I'm not a part of your system, man! I threw it on the ground too many times. The other day, this vape I have here... After a 6-hour drive through the rain, getting out of the truck, I dropped this into the like river water that was out directly outside the truck, forgetting it was in my lap. So it falls in the water, and I'm like, that's essentially a swamp. I just dropped this in a swamp. This is something I have to put to my lips and suck on every day, right? So I don't know, I rinsed it off. It still seemed to be working, so I was like, whatever. Kept hitting it. And then the screen got all scrambly and fucked up. And it was like not outputting information. It wouldn't work. And I just got really mad because I'd been frustrated for several days at this point. You know, actually for several weeks at this point. And so I just threw it as hard as I fucking could at the wall, and it fixed. It came apart. I put it back together. Now it works again. That's my nature. Get mad, throw it at the wall, and hope that somehow that fixed it, which does sometimes work. Even on technology, which is supposed to be like, I don't know, some kind of intellectual thing, but like, I guess if the water's between the circuits and you knock all the water out of it at a high velocity, it just works again, right?
Destroy, build, destroy.
Yeah, but YouTube, I don't know how to destroy YouTube in such a way that I get to rebuild it and make it work for me. It's been the same shit. It's been the same problems from the start, you know. I lost an 8-year-old video. It was from like, I think it was from 2017, the Maidragon video.
Yeah, that's when that show came out, I think.
Then yeah, definitely then. 2017. The video has been up for 8 fucking years with no issues as far as I remember. It's possible this video's gone down before. I don't even know. I've had videos that come up and go down and come up and go. That fucking Ghost in the Shell video will get like partially blocked every so often for a different section of it, you know.
Jesus.
Videos from 2014. Like,
I am never going to be an anime YouTuber.
I'm sure there must be archives somewhere because there's a lot of people have archived the stuff, the videos people actually care about are pretty well archived, but
Yeah.
I've always been very insistent. Like, if you like anything I do, you need to save it, or you will not. You cannot count on it existing forever. It only takes 3 strikes to make your channel go down. My channel's been down 3 or 4 times, and every time it was like pure luck that it managed to come back. Like, yeah, it's really hard for me to like want to work on YouTube at all, considering how hard it is. But I don't think it's impossible. Like, somehow I'm still making money. Somehow it is still profitable for me. I still make more money on YouTube than I have been able to through trying anything else. It's just easier to launch here. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's just because I watch so much YouTube that I understand what people on YouTube want. YouTube itself doesn't want that. They never wanted analysis videos because it is a copyright infringement hotbed. You know, I don't ask permission to use this footage from these companies. I just edit it to an extent that under US copyright law is legal. And YouTube wants to back US copyright law, but it also doesn't want to be threatened with lawsuits from Japanese companies that have different laws and are very ardent about protecting intellectual property, because they're worried about if they let me use their IP, then other people using it in worse ways can point to the fact that they didn't do anything about letting me use it as part of their court case. That's the main reason that that IP is fought for so hard. But it fucking sucks. It's not good for anime. It's not good for anime fans. It's not good for YouTube or YouTubers or YouTube fans. And the reality is, the only way people get past stuff like this, because people always ask me, like, how are other channels getting past it? And the answer is either A, they're not. Like, they're just having the same, like, sometimes a video seems fine for 8 years, and then it's not fine anymore. You know, that happens to everybody. You know, YMS still has videos taken down all the fucking time. Most YouTubers plan way further ahead and do test uploads, like, weeks ahead of time. I just am so, like, nose to the grindstone, like, always releasing stuff as soon as I'm done with it, that I tend to not be prepared for that kind of thing. And then also, there's lots of bigger companies that just actually have deals, or actually just won't use footage they don't have permission to use, or use it in, like, extremely specific ways that they have asked permission from YouTube's people. You know, like, there's a size your channel gets to where, yeah, YouTube actually is talking to you because they care about you, because you're, like, a serious draw to YouTube. I am seriously influential on YouTube. I inspired a bunch of people who make them a bunch of money, but I don't personally make them a bunch of money, so they don't care about me at all. And they will just let the system treat me like I'm a nobody forever, because I'm not currently, you know, however, you probably need like 10 million subscribers at this point for YouTube to know who you are. Like, because there's actually like thousands of channels with over 1 million, you know. So, like, I'm way down there in the spec portion of YouTube, in the Lovecraftian, like, space of serfdom, I guess, is what you would consider. I'm a YouTube serf. Trixie, archive efforts are impressive. Good. They need to be. I fully expect. I have been afraid my whole life that I'm going to die like Oscar Wilde, where he was like 42 or something, and like basically they were like, you're gay, so you're going to jail, and then he got like tuberculosis and died from like penniless. And meanwhile, it's one of the most influential authors, you know, funny, smarmy asshole of his time. Or Superman writer. I know the people who created Superman just like died fucking poor in New York or whatever. Meanwhile, Superman, one of the most lucrative franchises of all time. That's gonna be me. I'm going to die broke and young, and my ideas will make people tremendously fucking rich. But, you know, that's just the way of it. How do I change that? mentorship. I just gotta not be the main character. Crota's the main character. I work for Crota now. I don't work for YouTube. I'm not even a part of this. I have nothing to do with this. This was never my show in the first place. I'm just
Damn, alright.
I'm a dream of a memory. I'm not real. I'm phantasmal like Boogie Pop. Just pretend I was never there and it was always Crota the whole time, and I was just her imaginary friend that inspired her to live a more human life. Oh my god, it's Weasel!
Weasel! I didn't find Weasel. Now I'm upset.
It's probably like a time of day thing or something.
I caught Shellos, but I didn't find Weasel. I know Weasel's on like other parts of the game. I'll find him eventually. I really like Weasel.
I ranted so long I forgot that I had gone to the Pokemon Center to show off all the Pokemon I have, and then I ran back into the field and found a Weasel.
See, Cypher said it's there all day. I guess I ran through the grass and didn't find any. I made a mistake.
I'm surprised. I mean, this is me having gone back to a town I had already left, so maybe it's just a little bit rarer of a drop or something.
I just gotta say, if everyone wants to do what Trixie said and pretend that it was actually me the whole time, leave out the problematic stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply that you had done.
I'm joking.
I meant more like, imagine that I was like all of my career was a dream you had, like just like a weird nightmare you woke up from one day, like.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, we gotta catch this fucking Weasel. Let's use the netball. Nah, it's not necessary. We'll use the Pokeball.
I don't know. I definitely don't feel like... Oh, bird's there.
Hello, bird. How's it, Google Mongolin? He came to drink the rest of the beer. Goodbye, beer.
Nice. Is Bird also playing Pokemon?
He is playing White 2 right now.
Awesome.
Pokeball didn't work, so I guess we will use the netball.
Elaine says, I see you more as a rapper than a YouTuber at this point.
Good. Thank God. Thank
God.
Elaine
is
in the right boat. Although my latest EP is not even rap, so at this point I'm like what would you even call that? Like what genre did that album register as to you? The EP, I mean.
What genre?
Yeah, like
I don't know enough about music genres.
What does your instinct tell you? Like, oh, this is a rock album. This is a pop album. This is a rap album. Like, what did you think? If anything? I don't. Or is it just undescribable?
It's pretty hard for me to describe. I could describe the emotional intensity I felt while listening to it, but I don't think I could describe the genre.
That's probably
like, I don't know.
a really high compliment you just paid me. From like a musician standpoint. I think there's a lot of musicians out there who would hear that and be like seething with jealousy that that is the way that someone's music was described.
Yeah. I mean, it was very personal. Like, I don't know. It's hard to even explain without, like... I don't know. Those feelings are just for me. I don't need to explain them on YouTube.
Feeling closer than I got to my own self next to you. I can be insensitive as all hell, I'm sorry. Make both of us happy. Take it out on my body. Hold me just like I'm your dolly. Rolling on Molly. The first time I realized I could just die in your arms, it would be just fine. We passed all of the signs on our way and we made it. The place we protected is sacred, and I love you here, and I love you everywhere. Whoa, oh, oh. That one. I would just call that a pop song. That's just a pop song.
Sure.
I think. Okay, let's find out what I've got in the box. And
Marcy said, I don't know where you are in the game. I can barely see the screen, but they're in the Pokemon Mansion courtyard.
Oh shit! I'm like blocking half the fucking screen. I didn't even
Oop.
realize. I'm sorry. Uh, the problem, Corona can see. Corona's actually getting like a direct feed of the game to her end, so she had no idea.
Yeah.
That's why.
I didn't realize that the camera you were also showing me was the same camera angle they're seeing. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, oh no.
Oh no, they're not seeing the one you're seeing. Like on Discord. That's coming from
Okay.
my. But the one they're seeing is directly above that. It's just angled
Okay.
down more, so it looks prettier.
Basically the same spot, yeah. Is everyone on? Is everyone else hearing that static?
Oh god. Do I need to?
Yeah. Okay. Rhyme heard the static.
It's time.
Yep. That's just happens sometimes.
Is it better?
Waiting for you to stop moving stuff. It sounds awful when you move stuff around.
How about now?
I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't hear any static.
Mission accomplished. Alright, here's what we've got, okay?
Yes.
Because of the fact that when I got the Magikarp, it told me that when they grow old enough, they can leap mountains with Splash. It just doesn't do any damage. I have a Magikarp called Hikerfish. I have a Zubat called Zumbo Gumbo. Oh, I should read the levels. Hikerfish level 4, Zumbo Gumbo level 7. I have an Abra named Kazaa, which you get from... There's a girl in the second, or the first gym town who will trade you a Machop for an Abra. So I caught an extra Machop, traded it for Abra. Haven't used it yet in battle. I caught a Psyduck, called it Quaxley, because, you know,
Nice.
be a pain in the ass. I caught an Onyx and named it Lesnar, because it's Brock's Pokemon, and Brock Lesnar is a wrestler. Dentura, the fucking... What the fuck is Bidoof? Yeah. I kind of regret catching a Bidoof early because even though I think Bidoof is cute, like it doesn't evolve that early and you can catch higher level ones like after the first gym. So I would have rather had caught this at like level 12 and then just been able to quickly train it up to evolution and get rid of it. But
where I'm at in the game, I just found like a level 19 Barrel like in the wild.
yeah, okay, well I'll probably do that. I'll probably just keep this thing in the fucking box and just catch him later.
You don't need to level up Bidoof. You just need Bidoof for the HMs.
Toxapositive became Dustox, which I maintain is a pretty sick looking Pokemon.
Yep.
Very cool bug type.
I think of all the bugs this game introduces, Dustox might be my favorite. I'm not sure.
You really think that?
Kricketot is pretty cute.
Just caught this Bundalo.
Hell yeah.
The Buizel. He's all bundled up, so he's a Bundalo.
I had a friend in high school who everyone used to tell him that he was a Bidoof. Like they just told him, like, you look like Bidoof, and he like took a lot of offense to that.
Aw, Bidoof is cool though.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got a Geodude named Bayrock because it's a girl, and I think it's hilarious that Geodude can also be a woman. But you know, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. Yeah, as was once said.
When I caught a female Geodude in Fire Red, I named her Geotheme.
Later, Marcy. Need to fight through infinite hell real quick? That sounds infinitely hellish.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, I said all I needed to say. I named my Geodude Geotheme.
I learned through the text in this game that Geodudes just sit there looking like rocks, but then if you step on them, they punch you in the legs, which is hilarious.
Just get punched in the balls by an unexpected Geodude.
I've got the Silcoon. I named it Not Moth because it's not the moth. I don't remember what it turns into, though. This fucking useless thing that just knows Bide. This thing is like a Magikarp, but like slightly more useful in that, like, you read the description and it's like, this thing has short legs, so it falls over all the time, and its antlers make like a xylophone noise, and like all it knows is Bide. I was like, this thing is a miserable fucking creature. So it must evolve into something pissed off.
I like Kricketot. It's cute.
My Starly evolved Davy Havoc.
Why is it Davy Havoc?
That's the lead singer of AFI, and he
Oh,
kind of
okay.
has AFI
That's right.
hair.
I gotcha.
Um, I did evolve. Okay, so here's my honest opinion
Oh no.
of what was the first form of this called again? Luxray?
Shinx.
Shinx. What the fuck is Luxray?
Yeah. That's the
Anyway.
final form.
Oh, so it has a third form.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because Shinx I thought fucking sucked.
Wow.
Up until it learned Spark.
That's true, actually. That is accurate.
It evolved like 2 levels later. So it was useful for like 2 fights. Like it literally knew tackle and it was slow. And like the first electric move it learns just raises like its special defense or something. And I was like, when am I going to need that in this early part of the game? So it was basically totally useless until it learned Spark. Once it learned Spark, it immediately cleared out a couple of, bug Pokemon and just evolved. So I was like, okay, I guess this is the real one. This is the cool one. Z-Cypher says, I'm chewing on my GBA.
Based.
That sounds delicious. Brody's at 15.
My GBA looks like it's been chewed on.
I've got no idea when this thing evolves. I don't know if it's like a happiness-based thing or if it's like just like evolves once at level 20 type thing or what. This thing, Shellos, I think is pretty neat. This is like...
It's funny looking.
Definitely the most unexpected Pokemon I've run into so far. Was just like, what the hell is that fucking thing?
When I first saw it, I assumed it was like a Gen 2 Pokemon that I forgot about. I was surprised to see it was Gen 4.
I knew it had to be Gen 4 just simply because I couldn't remember it from any other game. And then Baniri I caught fairly recently.
Bundan.
Named it Bundam.
Do you want to
like a Gundam.
I think you should go back and explain where Shellos got its nickname.
Oh yeah, Slime Doll, of course. Our show, Slime Dolls. We have a Let's Play show. Honestly, we should probably just like fucking do these streams on that channel because this channel's doomed. Like I'm terrified that we're gonna have like a whole fucking Pokemon Platinum Let's Play worth of live shows, and then I get 2 fucking copyright strikes on 90-year-old videos, and my channel disappears. So
wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's possible that what I'll do is literally take these first 3 VODs, re-upload them over there, and then just have us continue live on that channel because it would seriously make more sense. This channel is fucked.
I think we should since we've only uploaded like the first episode of a Dragon Quest Let's Play there, we should maybe finish that game.
Yes, even if we can't
want to do that.
Person. Well,
I want to do it tomorrow. I would do that.
I definitely think we're going to eventually do like some specials on that show because at your house I've discovered my camera can film a CRT pretty fine. Actually better than this looks. So we could do like an over the shoulder, like both of us playing 2-player SNES on a CRT, like, camera in room. And I think it would be really cool and fun. But other than that, we gotta continue Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I would love nothing more. Let's do doing video game shows with you in particular. It'd be the most fun possible for me.
Same. It's
I like to yap and I like to play video games. They're my 2 favorite things.
If we can somehow turn this into a full-time job, I don't want to do nothing else with my life. I think we're both in that mentality right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still early in my artist career, so like I still have like short films and things I want to make just as passion projects, but I don't think those are bringing in money.
I guess
we both need money.
I don't mean to say I wouldn't do anything else, but I wouldn't do it for money on purpose. Like I feel like one of the worst things that kind of happens to your art is when it's like, oh, I feel like everything I do, I have to make a profit off of it or else it's not worth it.
Adventures in Game Development said, Gigadonk, is your screen intentionally blurry? So I've gotten mixed feedback on the webcam. See, in my videos, like part of my aesthetic is that I film everything with like an old shitty camcorder from like 14 years ago. My webcam is also, it's not old, it's just cheap as hell. And is really low res and bad looking. And I've asked some people, like, do you think this fits the aesthetic of my my channel, or do you think this just looks bad? And different people have given me different answers, so I have not felt the impetus to go out and buy a better webcam. That is why it looks like that. It's not like, it's not wet, it's not like smudged, it's just like that because it's so cheap.
That's just how they used to look. I'm honestly surprised how decent mine looks. It's also like probably a
Yeah.
like $60, you know, HD
I mean,
1080p from 5 years ago or whatever. But
I mean, since I dyed my hair pink again, Marcy
head.
said that it looks insanely vivid on my webcam, and that kind of makes me want to keep it.
It is really neat. It's like it's bursting for sure.
Yeah.
It makes you easy to read down there because like there's a lot fucking going on screen, so it would be very easy for you to be buried in it if it wasn't for the fact that
actually going to click on
really
the stream and see how it looks.
No, now that I think about it, I could actually just cut
this room
out...
is also a lot less messy than it used to be. I used to come on stream with like all of my garbage visible. It was funny.
I can zoom in on the screen a little bit more because I don't need quite as much of my own room in there. Just get Miku up in the top. Perfect. We can even I don't want to cut out Henrietta and Froakie, but well, you know what, we'll just move it up a little. Get a little of that in there.
What are we doing?
This won't mean anything on your end, but I'm changing the camera angle so they can see the game better. If you look
gotcha.
if you look at the YouTube stream, you'll see.
Yeah, I have it open in another window. I have it like pulled up so it's like the window is partly obscured by Discord, so I can just see like the stream chat. I have to like click on it to see the actual stream itself.
So this is some other stuff I wanted to go over, which is what's in my bag, because I picked up some stuff. I already had the yellow shard. I picked up a heart scale, which was in that big pile of coal that the guy tells you is like, or it was like runoff from the coal or whatever. Yeah. And then I watched a news report about me having found this heart scale. Like, you go to the TV, they're like, this trainer, Vera, has found a heart scale.
Wow.
And
how's it feel to be on TV? You're famous.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This game is really interesting with some of its themes, because I think it does a great job of simulating what it's like to be like an extremely talented young person, because like, you are literally a kid. Everybody keeps like reminding you you're a child, but the professor is like blown away by you. He thinks you're like the most magnificent person he's ever met in his fucking life. And as soon as you start winning battles and stuff, you'll see the way like your reputation kind of changes with people, where like trainers will come up to you and be like, I bet you can't do anything against me. And then after you beat them, they'll say things like, I wish I could be a great trainer like you, or like, I hope I can be as strong as you one day, you know? And it's like, wow, okay, I'm like not even that strong, but I did just beat you, so I understand why you see me as like this, you know, very strong trainer. And then like, you come back after getting the first gym badge, and the TV people come up to you and they give you a fashion bag, and they're like, hey, we know you're going to be on TV a lot, so you should like dress up your Pokemon so that, you know, we'll give you more TV spots the more you beautify your Pokemon. And I was like, oh, this is just like when you become famous and you start getting sponsor deals, you know, and like everybody's trying to give you free shit so that you'll talk well about them. And you've also got the government reaching, like, literal secret agent guy who just like decides, oh, you're an important person, so I'm going to follow you around for the rest of your life. Oh, and by the way, don't trust other adults you run into. I'm okay because I'm with the government. But if you see the other shady adults, and like, there's this vein of like cautious cynicism under the game, where like it's all optimistic, but it's also very real. Like, it's very real about like what capitalism is like and what it's like to live in that system. And like, it's kind of a best case scenario of, you know, like, hey, if you really are like a talented young genius, this is like the best case scenario of how that world's going to treat you. But but it is very real about it.
No, I love it. Sinnoh just feels more alive to me than like the other games I've played so far. I don't know what it is. Just something about Gen 4 really speaks to me.
Big pearl, I don't know where I got this. A quite large pearl that sparkles in a pretty silver color, can be sold at a high price to shops. I guess that's just something to sell. I got a bunch of honey, which you can use to attract Pokemon. to grass caves or special trees. So far, I've rubbed it on a couple trees and nothing happened. Got a green shard. It's made from some sort of implement made long ago. Helpful. It's fucking like Dark Souls level of description on some of these items. Soothe Bell, an item to be held by a Pokemon, a bell with a comforting chime that calms the holder and makes it friendly. I guess that would be a good thing to give to one that's like a...
Yeah, that's how you raise friendship. I use that on my Eevee and Heart Gold. How I got my Umbreon. See, Cypher said the TV thing started in Gen 3 with the reporter and cameraman trainers. Yeah, I just played through Ruby. And that's like a thing that occurs like 3 or 4 times in the game. They're just like, hello, trainer, let's interview you again. And then they like battle with you. And then after the battle, they're like, wow, that was a great battle. You should give us like a quick interview. But it has to be really brief. And then you choose like one keyword or phrase from like a list. And then they show you saying that on TV. So I would just pick like the stupidest shit. Like I'd pick a word like she or department store. And then they play, you like interact with a TV in the next town over, and it's like, oh, we battled this ferocious trainer, and then she had this to say, department store. Yes, they're very deep meaning in those words.
Like everyone in the Pokemon world is like studying that as a strategy now. Like, department store is how you win. If you don't know the department, but like everyone has their own idea of what it means as a strategy. Well, no, department store is when you only have fighting types or whatever, because they're the only types who could use that type of equipment. That's in a department store, obviously.
I like to imagine my character walking through town and being like a local celebrity, and all the little kids are running around going, look, it's the Pokemon trainer Konya! And they're like running around saying my catchphrase like, department store, department store, department store. Like pretending to kill each other going, department store!
See, like this. Hiya, you put me in my place. I appreciate it. Like, how often will people say shit like this to you in real life? But it has happened. Like, I've had plenty of times where somebody left like kind of a shitty comment, and then I made them like aware of it, and they apologized and were like, "You're right. I should be like more careful about." I love those types of.
Listen very closely. Can you hear the cries of Pokemon?
Yeah, she's creepy. I'm staying away from her actually. Oh yeah,
Pokemon ASMR. You sent me that video the other day. It was like ambient Pokemon trainer noises, and it just sounded like real life nature, which was cool. Like it was cozy to have on the background while playing Platinum. I just thought it was funny. So I'm like, what would actual Pokemon ASMR be like? And they're just like, PG.
Yeah, it's a Satchbags Good videos. Satchbags Goods video, which is he basically just like looped the segment of the like ending theme from Pokemon. I think it's either the first movie or 2000, where it just has like a bunch of shots of the trainers like walking through environments. And he just like set that to like ambient environmental noise that would match with it to create a sense of like, here's what it would be like. Here's what it would really be like, what you would really hear if you were a Pokemon trainer just like walking around in the woods type shit.
Yeah. It's pretty epic. Fucking. I've also, because I've been playing the games in order, I have also, I do this with RPGs a lot, where I'll be playing the game and experiencing it for what it is, but I'll also be kind of inserting my own like made up narrative that I project onto the character. Because I want to justify in universe why I am going to like all these different places and like catching Pokemon, like starting over every time like Ash does in the TV show. It was like, I'm imagining it like my character was like 10 when I in like Fire Red, and then each game like I'm picturing them being like a year apart from each other, but I'm imagining that's the same character every time. So I kind of think of Platinum as like the coming of age.
Do you know what's
bit,
going on with
like,
this rock that ended up in another battle? Oh shit, it's Beautifly. I guess
I have no idea.
I don't need to I don't even need to evolve this Silcoon at all, because I can just catch this fucking Beautifly and be done with it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, this rock, if you click on it, it just says like it's mossy and smooth. So Z-Cypher says you can get Leafeon there. How? What do I need to do?
Do you just bring Eevee there and rub it on a rock?
Level up the Pokemon Eevee near the Moss Rock. Okay.
What the fuck?
Can I get Eevee, like, early? Can I get Eevee soon? Or is this like a come back here with an Eevee type deal?
I have no idea where Eevee is in this game. He says
can
yes.
Get Eevee soon.
Platinum fix. Where the fuck is Eevee in this game? From Bebe. Who? I'm looking this up now.
It's someone in town. Maybe the next town that I just got to. Hearthromi. Fuck! Bundum fainted. Yeah, I don't know why I sent out Bundum, honestly. That was silly. I guess Boyberry won't do much, right? Because
she lives in Hearthome City. I'm just asking Cypher. Yeah. In Diamond and Pearl, it was post-game only. Golden Butthole free with $2 says, Krona can't touch me in Pokemon 1v1, I'll wreck you. Hilarious.
What's your
Absolutely
team?
Hilarious.
Describe your team right now.
Landon's team is just 6 Bidoofs, let's be real.
Bidoof,
Oh, level 4.
Bidoof should be a method for writing, like, gent metal songs. Doof, bidoof, bidididoof, bidididoof, bidoof, boof, bidoof, bidididoof.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say earlier, Platinum to me feels like the Pokemon game that is like, it's not like it's super serious or dark or anything. It just feels a bit smarter and a bit more mature than the ones before it. Kind of in this, and that really appeals to me in a similar way to, like, if anyone's played what's it called, that Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers, where like the writing in that game is just mature enough to feel like, whoa, this is like the big kid Sonic.
I did not expect that thing to know Gust.
Dead. But yeah, that kind of thing really strongly appeals to me when it's like, this thing is for kids, but it's a little bit more, and you're like, ah, yes, the thing that I like is growing up. That shit makes me really happy.
I feel it.
And I feel strongly that that's what Platinum is.
Alright, don't kill the Beautifly, I want it. I hate raising Silcoon. God damn it! Critical! Well, at least I'll level up.
See, Cypher says, I like Diamond a lot. It's what got me into competitive Pokemon. Everyone I've ever talked to about Diamond and Pearl says that those games are kind of ass, but that Platinum is like the fixed version. And I don't have strong feelings about that one way or the other, because I haven't played Diamond and Pearl since I was 12.
I don't trust anyone's opinion on anything. Full stop, that's it.
Yeah. I have had to learn that lesson time and time again. So I was talking about Sonic. I learned that lesson with Sonic fans recently, or like when I played some of the newer games, and it was like all the ones that people hated, I liked, and the ones that they loved, I thought were shit. I was like, whatever. Don't trust fandoms at all. I have like
one really major complaint about this game so far, and it is just simply the fact that you get Machop and Geodude and Abra all right around the first gym, which are all 3 Pokemon that like evolve at like level 20 something, I think, and then you have to trade them to evolve them again. And I've always hated that mechanic because like if you're trying to complete your Pokédex and you catch like a Kadabra and then you trade it to someone, now they have an Alakazam that they hopefully are going to trade back to you.
Yeah.
But like otherwise, then you're just both gonna have to get a Kadabra and trade Kadabras so they both evolve. Like, it just, the idea that you need to fill the Pokedex, but also there are some Pokemon that evolve after you give them away only, is just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. I get what they were going for, but it doesn't work. And the fact that there were so many of them, and then they put them all in this game towards the start, is just infuriating. Particularly because they're all, well, Geodude was not particularly useful right away, but Machop was instantly very useful, and Abra is, as far as I could tell, kind of, well, it would have been useful for this section if I had Kadabra coming through here beating all these bug Pokemon with like Psychic or whatever, but it just would have been really frustrating to like raise 3 Pokemon that all 3 of them I know they're gonna hit level, they're gonna hit their evolution, and then I'm gonna have nothing to do with them anymore because I'm just trying to catch all the Pokemon, you know.
So consider that yes, that is really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because that becomes a problem specifically if you don't have either money or friends.
Mm-hmm.
You need one or the other. I just have the devices I need, so I'm just like in a good spot.
Yeah.
That like I got all this shit when I was very young, and it wasn't that expensive at the time, so I just still have all this shit, and I can I can trade the things with myself to my heart's content.
I just don't think it logically, like, it doesn't do what it purports to do. Like, the idea is supposed to be that you traded something to your friend and then they got like something even cooler than they expected, is like theoretically what's supposed to be happening. But you're also supposed to complete the Pokédex on your own. So it's like, how is that happening unless you're literally forcing your friends to also catch those Pokemon or trade you back the guy you just traded them, which defeats the point of the surprise.
Well, if you think about it, if your friends are also trying to complete their Pokédex, all you got to do is one of you trades like your Graveler for their Machoke, and then you switch those around and switch them back. Then you both get both entries in your Pokédexes. And that way you don't have to go out of your way to catch every Pokemon because your buddies caught it for you.
I think that would be cool if it wasn't for the fact that, like, for both of you to complete the Pokedex, it just means you both have to have then caught a Kadabra and traded it to the other person, which is lamer to me than if it was like, what if somehow, like in Red, you could evolve Graveler into Golem, but you couldn't evolve like Kadabra into Alakazam, and then it was the other way in the other game. Then there would at least be a sense of, oh, I caught Kadabra to give my friend Alakazam, you know, like, not that we both had to do it. Like, I don't know, it just takes out to me what is, like, it feels like what they are trying to do with it is also flying in the face of what they're trying to do with it, if that makes sense.
Never really bothered me that much, but what does bother me is the rarity of starter Pokemon. It always just bummed me out that because I didn't have the first games growing up, I just couldn't have a Charizard. Like, I was just blocked from ever getting a Charizard. The only way I did eventually get one just because I knew someone who knew someone else who was able to transfer Pokemon from Fire Red to Heart Gold. So it was like,
by the way,
they transferred it to Heart Gold.
Really changed my perspective on this. Because, like, I always hated that they would put old Pokemon in the new games. Like, to me, the whole point was, like, I want to see new monsters. I already saw Charizard. So, like, but it had never occurred to me as a kid that, like, the older games would become scarce or harder to find, or, like, you know, the fucking console wouldn't exist anymore. Like,
I just didn't have a Game Boy. Like, that was all my brother's shit. Like, it never occurred to anyone to give me a Game Boy. I just had a DS. So, like, I still liked all the old Pokemon because I grew up with the movies and the anime and all that shit. I knew who they were. I was just, like, not allowed, I guess. Which was a bummer. But, like, I don't know. I definitely feel that. I feel that way now. Like, obviously I don't feel that way anymore. As a kid, I was like, I desperately want a Charizard. But now, it's like they cater to Gen 1 nostalgia so much, and they have done it so many times. Like, they've remade Gen 1, like, a couple times now. I'm fucking sick of it. Like, I don't need Gen 1 anymore. I'm way over it. I think when I played Heart Gold last year, that was the one thing kind of holding that game back for me. Like, I think it's probably my favorite. I just was annoyed at how many Gen 1 Pokemon there were in every fucking area. I'm like, just give me the Gen 2 guys. Like, I tried to make my team exclusively Gen 2. I'm like, I'm not reusing, like, I'm not going to catch another Abra. I just used Kadabra in the last game. Like, what are you doing? That said,
my only defense of, like, the existence of, like, a Let's Go Eevee in that is I do think that, I think they really did that to just, like, try out the new technology type thing. Like, because it's just, Pokemon Go was so successful. They had all these, like, people who had not been familiar with Pokemon since Gen 1 coming back into the fold, and, like, I just think they were trying to, like, keep all those people in while also doing something new that, like, would, like, if the next Pokemon game had just been that, it would have pissed all the Pokemon fans off, you know. But
Yeah.
like, it gave them the opportunity to experiment with those mechanics, that some of which then got incorporated back into the main series when, you know, similarly with Arceus, which is a much better version of doing this, of like, let's make something really different, and then whatever really works from that, we can implement it into Scarlet and Violet, you know.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
fundamentally changing the nature of it being a Pokemon game too much.
Right. Like I was a little bummed by Let's Go because I bought Let's Go Eevee and I was kind of excited about it because it's like a shiny, glossy new HD Pokemon. Like it was the first, you know, it's like a console Pokemon game. And yeah, I just kind of realized a couple hours in, I'm like, yeah, this is just Pokemon for like babies and old people. Like it was streamlined.
Though I was, like, enjoying it.
Yeah. I maybe made it to the SSN
I thought
and
didn't
realized
even get that far.
yeah, no. Yeah. My favorite thing about it was just that you could have the Pokemon follow you outside the Pokeball, and they all had like fully animated walk cycles and stuff. Some of them could fly, and they also were represented as like the size they're supposed to be, which was fucking great. I loved having like a giant fucking Gyarados to ride around on, or just like some of the Pokemon I would never think to actually use because I don't like them. Like Bellsprout, I always thought Bellsprout was lame. In Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, if you have Bellsprout follow you outside the Pokeball, it's just this wiggly little weed thing, and it like runs after you like this.
Oh, I love that.
It's fucking goofy. I love it.
That is a big part of why I like trying to catch all the Pokemon, is that a lot of them that, like, just on the surface don't seem interesting. There's always something.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't just make a shitty Pokemon. There was something behind there.
Yeah.
Might not be necessarily like that impressive, but
theoretically, I would like every Pokemon a lot more if I tried using them. I just don't have the patience for that. There's too many Pokemon. I'm always so picky about which ones I'll keep in my teams. I'm like, I only get 6 slots and there's like 200 to choose from.
yeah.
What the fuck? No, I'm not going to catch them all. What do you think this is? I don't have time for that.
Yeah, it is a shame how many of them, like, I will just, like, use for a little bit and then be like, okay, you evolved, you're gone. Like, don't need you anymore. Which, the evolved form theoretically is the cooler one that you actually want to use. But if you're just trying to catch all the Pokemon, it's like, well, now it's taking up space in my party and I have to evolve these other 4 bastards, you know?
Yeah. Look, twice in the chat said, sometimes they do just make shitty Pokemon, though, like in Sun and Moon. I'm like, I think there's shitty Pokemon in every generation. I don't know. Except Gen 2. Gen 2 might just be peak.
Thank God. Does
Hi,
this
Isabel.
thing have 3 forms? Oh, it's getting way cooler. Yes, thank you. Thank you for getting way cooler. Oh, it's got like a mustache. What the fuck?
It's Cricketune.
Does this thing evolve again? I swear to God, I've never seen this Pokemon in my fucking life.
Fury I don't remember if it evolves again. Elaine says, when I was a kid, I'd get angry at crappy low effort Pokemon because I was scared the games would eventually run out of storage space to hold all of them. We needed to save room for good ones. That's adorable.
I mean, in the first couple gens, that would have been true. Like, if you were mad at Gen 2 Pokemon for like not being good enough, I could easily see being like, it's not gonna be room.
Z-Cypher says that Cricketune is its final stage. There's no more evolutions.
Alright, well, I guess we'll give it a shot for this Magikarp fight. But then it's going... Oh, I hate its movement, so...
Sad, because it's very handsome. The mustache. It should have evolved into a third form that has a beard. That would have made me happy.
Missed. Oh, this thing sucks.
But yeah, the thing Elaine said about them not having storage for all the Pokemon, I feel like that's unironically how fans of Super Smash Bros. Felt anytime a DLC character was released that wasn't the one they wanted.
Yeah.
Just like, no, there's not going to be any more forever. It's Nintendo. They're going to keep making sequels to the Sunburn sounds.
Yep.
That said, I was one of the people who was upset whenever a new Smash Bros. Character was announced, because I realized after Ultimate came out that they had already added the characters I wanted most, and that I don't really need any others. So it's like I got Simon Belmont, I got Ridley, I got the Dragon Quest hero, I got fucking I don't even remember who
You
else.
made out pretty well getting the Dragon Quest hero and all. That's
Yeah. And then he has different skins, so he can be the hero from like 4 different games, including my favorite one, which is Dragon Quest 3. That's fucking sick. That made me intensely happy. Just really difficult to use because for some reason they made him like a fighting in a game where you fucking are like real time fighting with your friends. You have to use a menu to select which spell you're casting in real time. Like, Dragon Quest combat doesn't translate well to Smash Bros. It sure looks cool.
I haven't played Smash in a long ass time, actually. Kind of
Yeah.
like, I feel like I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, it might be right now the longest I've ever been without having played Smash since the first game came out.
Same. I've been playing Smash Bros for as long as I can remember, but like I don't know, it feels like my friend group in Illinois, like we would play it all the fucking time, like constantly, but then once that friend group kind of like decentralized and got more spread out, like it's like I haven't had a reason to play Smash. So it's like it's gone from being the thing I do most often to the thing that it's just not in my life anymore. And it's kind of weird to think about it. Like, oh yeah, Smash Bros. I remember that.
Yeah, just now is the first time I've ever been like apart from it long enough to feel nostalgic about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Smash. Huh. Wow, it's actually been a minute. I'm still playing Pokemon Platinum and I haven't played Smash in a couple years.
Yeah. Isabel said, I never got mad at shitty Pokemon until I watched my Japanese anime's video from when I was like 10 and it became my personality for a week. Oh my god.
I was never quite sure how serious Jesse was about like actually hating Garbodor, or if that was just for the meme of the video. Because when I first watched that video, it had made me upset. I was like, no, the new Pokemon are cool, Klefki's cool, fucking Garbodor's cool. And then I rewatched the video and I was like, I think he's making fun of people who are saying this. But then I was like, but he might just be making fun of himself, who is one of those people who's saying this. So
yeah. Trubbish is cute. It's true. I remember like ages ago when you did those fucking videos where you like went through every Pokemon and rated them all on a scale like 1 to 5 or something. I remember when you got to Trubbish and then the next one was Garbodor and you were like, see, now Garbodor I have a problem with because this just looks like a Trubbish that died. Like he ate too much trash and fucking died.
He doesn't look alright. He definitely looks like he's in pain.
It's great. I think I bought a Pokemon card of him the other day. I'm not sure. I bought a lot of them.
I didn't even think about the fact that Trubbish like comes from the city that's based on New York. Because he's like, yeah, they went to New York and just went, what the fuck is with all the trash here? I'm sure. Imagine going from Tokyo to New York City. Like, actually think about how insane all those trash bags in New York City must look. Wait till you see Manila. I would bet there's plenty of Japanese people who also have been to Manila because it's a lot closer. But in downtown Manila, you will regularly find just like where there had been a house, there's now just a lot completely filled with trash, like just loose trash. There's trash fucking everywhere. It is an incredibly,
my goodness,
landfill. How do I describe it? They're just random like incidental landfills everywhere. From where like if there is space to put trash, it will end up there. Incredibly, it's like the most population dense city on Earth, also. So even more so than New York. Now, granted, I haven't really been into New York City, so I don't know how bad it actually gets there. I'm sure there must be parts that are just like unfathomable.
I've been to New York City one time, and my friends and I just kind of walked around Manhattan and looked at like touristy stuff. So I don't know.
Joseph. I'm beating all these fishermen's asses.
Love getting notifications in Discord servers I forgot I was in.
How many Discord servers are you in?
Too many. I need to. I have like a bunch of them I joined just for like emotes, but I don't need all of these servers.
I'm in like 2.
Yeah. I just like say since joining your server, my circle of communications has expanded greatly. So I'm in a few more Discords than I was before.
Discord, I'm howling at the moon. Sorry, it still happens every time.
Yeah. And I just need to I want to emphasize I didn't like talk to people a year ago. Last summer I was just playing Dragon Quest and Mario RPGs like 24/7 and not doing much else.
Mhm.
I would wake up in the morning, sit down, start up a Dragon Quest, and then play it until the sun went down, and then hang out with my partner for a couple hours, and then go sleep. That was my daily routine all summer last year. I wake up today, and there's like every day now I wake up to all these Discord notifications because I have people talking to me and like asking me stuff.
It's funny because when I
wanting me
wake up
to
and
do stuff
I
together.
will wake up and I'll see like the number, and I just go, all right, I'm gonna look at that in an hour. I just put my like, nobody knows I'm awake yet. They can continue thinking that for a little while, because I
don't have the
really
self-control for that. I like wake up and see 130 new messages, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is gonna set the tone for my day.
No, I need. That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. Is like I need to have already had some time with myself before I get into anyone else's shit.
Yeah.
But I also like wake up sometimes and like I don't know who I am. I'm just like, where am I? What's going on? I need to fucking get like. Sometimes I feel like I have the 51st dates condition.
Yeah.
Like I have to like go through some memories and remind myself like, oh yeah, I'm me.
Isabel says I'm in like 40 servers, but I've never been active in any of them. I'm like trying to be active in 5 right now. Or it's more like 4. Yeah, I'm only really active in 4. That's still a lot, though. That's like 4 entire communities to like be present in. I may have bitten off a bit more than I can chew.
Surprised when I logged into the Bomber Girl Vera account because I mostly just post, you know, through my alters on the. We have a bot in the server called. Oh, what the fuck is it called?
Plural bot?
Yeah, Plural Bot. Plural Kit, that's the one.
Yeah.
Through Plural Kit, I can post as different alters in the server, but I had already created a separate Discord account for Vera, like, back when I first came up with that name, like, years ago. And I think last November, I had started using that account when I started making videos on her Cozy Queer Gaming channel. So when I logged into the account, I was in one server, but it's for Fairy Princess Lucy, which is like another trans YouTuber who I'd been following.
I've seen her.
But like, as Vera, I was following like tremendously more like basically just trans content. Like, as Vera is like my whole feed is just videos about being particularly trans femme content. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I joined this random trans YouTuber's Discord, and they never posted in there. I will probably leave because I haven't bothered reading it or anything.
I am no longer visible on your screen.
Oh, oops.
I noticed this because Isabel said Giga Death.
Yeah, it's because I clicked over to Discord to remember what the name was. I don't want the name Raider. I don't need to change any nicknames. I'm the building superintendent. I maintain a vigilant 24-hour watch. For what?
You know, I gotta say, talking earlier about the characters in Platinum, and I was saying I really love Looker, the like private investigator dude, the like fucking detective, because normally that trope doesn't do much for me, where it's like oh, the adults are all like they have their heads up their asses and they can't solve the mystery, but the kids can. I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. But being the kid in a video game and having that scenario happen is really funny. Just a lot funnier to have this fucking dork come up to you and be like, listen, I'm up to some investigations. I've noticed some crimes, some ne'er-do-wells in the area. You better keep an eye out. I'm like, what the fuck are you like? Can you not solve this yourself? Are you an idiot? What do you mean?
My favorite part is that he's literally with Interpol. Like, he introduced himself as international police. Like, it's like L from Death Note. Like,
he just shows up and tells you all this. I'm like, why are you telling me that? Bro.
He definitely has,
I love him.
Crazy energy.
He's insane. He's great. Shifty ass adult.
This town has the best music. Eterna City.
Oh yeah. All the music in this game makes me so fucking happy.
Have you seen it?
Actually,
oh, it's the team. This is where Team Galactic's hideout is.
Team Galactic is so stinking rich.
We can have one built instantly.
Not how construction works.
Nope.
Isabel says your ethereal ass webcam adds a lot to the show, even if you weren't saying anything. Always streaming from fucking heaven. Yeah.
Shortcut to the underground. What the fuck?
People are always asking questions about my webcam, and it's either, oh, I love it. Your webcam looks shitty in a really interesting way, or it's like, please wipe off your webcam. Please clean the lens.
What the fuck is this whole underground world shit I'm getting lore dumped on right now?
Oh yeah, I just ignore this whole mechanic. This is not fun for me.
What even is all of this?
You just
secret bases underground?
Yeah. You dig underground and you do the underground tunnels minigame. It's like a whole thing.
Interesting.
It's like a whole second game within the game. I don't mess with shit like this. I'm on my Pokemon journey. I'm not focused on this thing. Sarakiel says you can get items.
They go everywhere. Grab your friends and let's play. Is this like Deep Rock Galactic but in fucking Pokemon or something? Like, you just grab like a team and you go down into the mines and fucking pick up items?
Apparently you can dig for fossils. That's interesting.
That guy was gonna
Dude was
Pokemon, but
totally gonna mug you, and then he was intimidated. Just at a glance, he's like, I'm not gonna fuck with you, actually.
Time. Here's
Finargle.
Do you want to try to give the Finargle voice? You wanna do your version? That's not.
Hey, Vera. You came to see the Pokemon statue, right? I'll take you there.
I don't think that's what he would sound like. I think
he's like... cool, and I think you're a bully, and you're mean to him. And you mischaracterize.
Like, what the?
What the?
So, this is Eterna's Pokemon statue. Shaping our world, our time, and space in an intertwining spiral. Revered in Sinnoh are the Pokemon of time and space. Sinnoh's myth. Its truth needs investigation. Pardon me. Stand aside.
Oh, hey! When we smacked together, a brilliant flash of inspiration came to me. An easy way to become a great trainer. Yeah, that. All right, listen close. Make certain all your attacks hit. Avoid enemy attacks for sure. You do that, you never lose. You'd be the invincible trainer. Oh, so it's like when Ash just goes, dodge it, Pikachu. And you're like, why don't I get to do that in the game?
Yeah.
Where's the dodge it command?
I've realized the secret to being good at video games. You just gotta not die. and win all the time.
It's just like the famous Isaiah quote from Super Smash Bros. Competitive, where he was asked, like, what's your advice on how to be good at Smash? And he said, don't get hit.
Sarakiel says Cyrus talks like a goth theater kid who never got the lead in Macbeth. That is my actual interpretation of Team Galactic, is that they're all a bunch of like dorks who feel like, you know, scorned by society. They're all the dorky outsiders.
I was
Which,
reading
when I
this
was
woman's half-remembered version of the Dialga Palkia inscription.
I was gonna say, when I was a kid, I also hated Team Galactic because I didn't like that they aren't cool. I wanted the bad guys to be cool, like Team Rocket.
I actually, that's a big part of what I love about this game, because
Yeah.
it's
Now I love it.
it's really good at like making believable bad people, like believable
Yeah.
dorks. Like they'll always say some shit that's like really insecure, and then
Yeah.
there's this amazing scene when you first start encountering them where Professor Rowan is there, and he just like chews them
Yeah.
the fuck out and gives them a list of like 5 things. He's like, don't think you're cool
Yeah.
just because you're in a group. You know, you're wearing uniforms, you look like dorks or something. Just like goes off on them.
You dress ridiculously. You act stupid. You're a bunch of punks. He just shits all over them.
That's a great
I also
scene.
wanted to say Professor Rowan is so much cooler than I remembered. Like when I was a kid, I just thought he was a boring, like regular adult, but now I really appreciate how nuanced he is, and that he is so intelligent and poised and like intentional in everything he says. He's so fucking smart. And like I don't know, I just right away got the impression he really cares about Pokemon. Like he's more self-serious than, you know, the other games would normally have the professors be. Like I'm used to stuff like Professor Oak, where he's just kind of a clown.
Yeah.
He's like, what was my grandson's name again? Like, he just kind of comes off as an idiot. So Rowan was a refreshing change of pace. Like he tests you. He just comes across really wise. You know, he like tests you in the beginning. It's like, I see, you really do care about Pokemon very well.
Yeah, he's quite impressed.
He's talking to a couple of 10-year-old kids, but like he understands, you know.
I got Meditite.
He's not he never condescends to you.
Is Meditite from this game? Meditite's pretty cool.
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I like him. It always
Oh,
trains
I love
deep in
Meditite.
mountains. It levitates when it heightens its spiritual power through meditation. Fighting and
Right.
psychic. That's crazy.
Yo. Yeah, it's pretty great.
What should I name this thing?
Diaper Man.
Okay, fine. Diaper Man.
It's wearing a diaper. Call it Diaper Man. Shonen Fury says, I adore Rowan. He's like the idealized vision of a compassionate and dedicated college professor. Like he expects greatness from you and wants to help bring it out. Yes, exactly. Phrased it better than I could. The exact impression I got from him. He's like the best teacher that I could ask
Oh
for.
my god, the way Meditite just like floats a lot around is fucking adorable. I don't want to fight this thing. Oh no!
I think Zerakiel is saying that Meditite is Gen 3. I'm not sure if that's what she meant, but
Probably.
she typed Gen 3 again. I'm not that familiar with Gen 3 Pokemon. I did just play through Ruby, but like even having played Ruby, I still don't remember a lot of the Gen 3 Pokemon.
I'm gonna have to like.
Okay, yeah, she meant Meditite.
Shit. I didn't expect this. Isn't she a
A
gym
hottie?
leader?
She looks like a gym leader.
Cynthia. I've definitely seen pornography of this character. Just based on the story.
That's every Pokemon girl, isn't it?
I guess she's the first like woman I've run into in this game.
I like picture you saying that. Like say that out loud to her, just this really autistic kid. Like, I've seen you in Pokemon hentai before.
Yeah, Mars was kind of funny, I guess. It was like the first mid-boss for the Galactic.
Hi, Cynthia. I've seen porn of you on the internet. Do you like my diaper man? I just caught this in the grass.
Oh, I just caught this in the grass outside of Pokemon is also pretty funny. Just no context statement. Oh, man.
I don't think I could be a real life Pokemon trainer. All that tall grass looks itchy as shit. I'd be mad.
Heals all status problems. That's cool. She said this stuff was affordable, but it's like the most expensive shit in the game. Revival herb. Would be nice to have. But it's 2,800 yen. I don't want it. Herbal meds work most impressively, but your Pokemon won't like them. They're horribly bitter and smelly. Someone ought to invent herbal medicine that isn't bitter. That would be a medical breakthrough. Just add some fucking sugar to it.
I'm elderly. I love doing old people voices. It's the best. It's like whenever my partner gets like a scam call, I sometimes just passes the phone to me and they're like, "Hello, and how old are you?"
47.
Excellent. Do you have medical insurance?
No, I don't.
Would you like to sign up?
Yes, I would. Just let me get my pen and I just fell down the stairs.
Start screaming into the phone.
47 going on 90. Elaine said, Krona, what's your favorite Pokemon? Also, it says, sorry if this has been said or is obvious. But yes, she's back there. That was a really good point. Like direct point at Fennekin. Here she comes. She coming.
Fennekin is my favoriteest Pokemon of all.
I like the ear flap. Can she fly with those?
I wish. She's adorable. It was like Z Cypher has talked about this before. It's an unfortunate side effect of how the way that like more like newer Pokemon are designed. They give them tiny bodies and huge heads to make them cuter, and as a result, the plushies do not balance themselves well. This one is very top heavy, but you know, I love her, and she needs to be prominently displayed at all times. In X and Y, I believe I nicknamed her Mozzie, which is short for Mozilla Firefox.
That's good.
Z Cypher says I'm 10 minutes behind because I had to take a call. The underground rules. Okay, well I guess I'll try the fucking underground.
I was waiting to hear Z Cypher's opinion on it before I was like,
yeah.
You know the game. You must know. You must have gone to the underground.
Yeah, I'm just a hater. Don't take my opinions at face value. I'm so like incurious when it comes to like tertiary game mechanics.
Yeah,
like if it makes me feel like I have to learn a whole new set of rules to engage with it, I usually stick to the script. Like I don't know. I usually don't go out of my way to experiment unless a game necessitates I do, which is why I usually end up preferring games that do necessitate that. Like, I don't know. Like, I tried playing Breath of the Wild just by running up to stuff and hitting them with my swords, and when I realized that the game sucks that way, it, like, kind of forced me to try different things out, and then the game became awesome. I kind of want more games to do that. Just bully me into engaging with the mechanics.
That is kind of why, you know, I'm trying to catch all the Pokemon, is that, like, it does force you to interact with, like, everything in the game, pretty much. Because there's always a Pokemon that specifically is designed around that mechanic. But, like, I wouldn't... With Pokemon also, like, usually it's not too complicated. Like, it's not... Like, usually you can kind of get in, do the thing that evolves the Pokemon, and then never bother with the mechanic again. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess I know what that is now. But I know there are always going to be certain people for whom that specific thing is, like, the point of the game, you know? Like,
yeah.
I know in 3 it was the whole beauty pageant thing, that there was... That was the first time it really felt like there was... Actually, you know, that's probably a big part of what drew me away from 3, was feeling like there was a big part of the game that I wasn't interested in. And
Yeah.
so like I didn't feel like I could just ignore it. It just felt like, wow, I'm missing out. Like I don't want to have
Yeah.
to do this thing, but it's here and I'm not doing it, and now I feel like I'm playing the game wrong or something.
That's why I have to play Pokemon Emerald, because the Cypher told me that in Ruby and Sapphire, like the contest places are just sprinkled in like every town, but in Emerald they consolidated all of them into one building that's like at the end of the game, and I
Makes
think that
sense.
sounds much easier to engage with.
Yeah. I've always heard that Emerald was like a tremendous improvement. So if I play one of the GBA ones as opposed to the remakes, I also know like Victor's like favorite Pokemon game is the Gen 3 remakes.
Yeah.
Omega, Ruby.
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah. Which I remember starting one of those and just being like overwhelmed by how many fucking Pokemon you could catch like right at the start of the game.
I felt like I didn't want to play those games at all because I hadn't played the originals yet. So I'm like, why would I play like a version of this that has less features and is kind of uglier?
Yeah.
But I'll probably play them someday. Not anytime soon.
I agree with you on it being kind of uglier. Like I think this hits different with everybody, but like the way that the first couple games in that 3D style, like they still are using the old school maps, and it just feels fucking wrong. Like X and Y has this problem of like the first town is like 3 buildings. And like when you run through that in a 2D game, you don't really think about it that much. It's like whatever, that's just a Pokemon town. But like when you see it in 3D and you're like, this is not a town though. This is 2 houses, and then you walk down a road and you're in another town. That's just not how reality works. And then Sun and Moon like really fixed that aspect of it. And I think since then they've gotten a lot more inventive with like the world layouts and stuff, because they realized, oh, the 2D, you can't just do the exact same thing in 3D. It looks stupid.
Yeah, they realized that until they outsourced the Gen 4 remakes to a studio that made exactly that mistake and more egregiously than ever before. I don't know if you've seen what Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl looks like, but it is like fuck ugly.
It's weird because it kind of just looks like the same game but shinier. Like it's more of a literal like HD remake, except that
it's like almost tile for tile to the point where it's infuriating. Because like the lighting is fucked up too, to where the trees are almost like black on the bottom. So like seeing a field of trees together on a grid, it's so bad. Like I hate the way it looks with a passion. And from what Z Cypher has told me, it's not just bad looking, it's like mechanically they fucked it too.
I've never heard anything complimentary about those games. Like I
Me
don't
neither.
know one person who played them and was like, oh, this is the way to go with this gen. Like everyone was pretty much like, yeah, Platinum's still the one.
And Twice says
also part of why I haven't played this yet, because they made a shitty remake.
Twice says Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is tile for tile except for the underground, and they removed so many moves.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just missing content. Like it's bad enough when they do remakes that have less content than like, you know, it's like, oh, it's not the definitive version, you know, it's like the base games again, but with even less than that. Like that's infuriating. It's like they did Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you know, they weren't remaking Crystal, they were remaking Gold and Silver, and yet Heart Gold, Soul Silver still have like more features and more like stuff going on than Gen 2 ever did. So why the fuck did the remakes get worse? Why are they now lesser than? I don't understand it.
Don't make no sense.
Super dumb.
Probably they were like passionate about the first 2, and then it became like, well, we have to keep remaking them, right? You know?
Yeah.
And at this
I think
point,
that's what happened.
It's like there wasn't a need for a Diamond and Pearl remake. The game was good. Like the first 2 games were jank and kind of ass, and like you didn't want to have to return to those for 40 fucking years when you could make a better version. But like this game is fine. There's nothing wrong. Nothing needed to be changed.
I mean, I found out recently that like some of the guys working on Heart Gold, Soul Silver were like people who grew up with the original games. So like they had that personal attachment to, you know, the original games. They had like the passion for it and were able to like reinvent it in a way that they thought would make it better. I don't see that same passion. You know, the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl like outsourced to a whole different fucking studio. I don't see any of that. I don't see any of that love in there.
Whoa, this gym is cool. I didn't expect it to be bright as fuck inside.
Isabel said I like the original Red and Blue more than the remakes, and that Yellow is her favorite Pokemon game. That's wild. I mean, I have those games. I personally don't like Red and Blue because I think the sprites are just kind of uglier, but Yellow is fun. Yellow is like a fun little nostalgia trip. Like, if I want to blast myself back in time and feel like I am in the 90s when like Pokemon was like this huge zeitgeist thing, Yellow is the perfect way to do that, but I don't think it's like I don't find it that fun as a video game.
I never beat
like,
it as a kid.
Yeah. I strongly prefer Fire Red Leaf Green as an alternative. And then Let's Go Eevee is just kind of like whatever. It was like a fun novelty that was like got boring after an hour. Really, with Let's Go, it's disappointing because they like tried to make it a baby game, but Pokemon's already a baby game. Like they didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
It's so easy to the point that you can just like you win every battle with one button press, and every Pokemon in your team levels up, even if you're not using them.
More than as a baby game, I see it more as like a party game, because it is multiplayer, and I only ever played it with my ex, where like it was just for me a way like, oh, I can now play Gen 1 literally with my partner. But again, it wasn't that like it was cool for a novelty for like 2 hours, and then we never played it again because it's like Pokemon is more fun the way it is, you know, like as a single player experience that allows you to interact with other people sometimes, but it's more of a conversation piece. It's not a party game, you know.
Isabel said, for context, Red was my first Pokemon game, and also my only Pokemon game for like 5 years. I mean, that's fair. My first Pokemon game was Diamond, and I don't even have Diamond anymore.
I originally had both Red and Blue, and then I gave...
Didn't you give Blue to Victor?
Blue to Victor because I got Yellow for Christmas.
Yeah.
And he was like, why do you have all three and I have none? Dude. I was like, I guess I don't... Like, I think
pretty
I had
goofy.
just... Even though blue is my favorite color, I had just gotten farther into red, because I think my mentality had originally been that I would play red first because it would be my least favorite, and then I would play blue afterwards. But like once I really understood what the game is and how like long it is and everything, and that you can only have one save, then it was like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna play red and Vic can have blue.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he actually like beat it or anything though. I also would always have to have like older kids do the caves for me, because I would get lost and fucking dissociate and just get like really pissed off and like
you also
ready
can't
to
see
cry.
shit.
Yeah.
Playing on Game Boy Color, can't fucking see anything.
Pretty sure I knew one kid one time who could get through some of the some of the dark caves in the like without turning on the light. They just knew the way.
Yeah.
From doing it enough times.
And see, Cypher said, I really hate Gen 1 mechanics. Gen 4 has my favorite battle mechanics. I definitely felt just being like playing Platinum recently. It's just a much smoother ride. Like
Twice, thanks for reminding me of Cassette Beasts. I do want to play that because that looks sick. Do you know about that, Krona?
No.
It's like an indie Pokemon clone, but gay and with like a pretty cool graphical style.
Yeah, I just felt like a god because I was able to Google that whole title just with my left hand. All these letters are on the left side of the keyboard. Looks cool. Yeah, that's interesting.
The thing about anytime there's something that is like a clone of a mainstream thing that is better, it always has to deal with the fact that like part of the appeal of the main thing is that it is in fact that thing. Like I
Yeah.
can always have a conversation about Pokemon. I cannot always have a conversation with any random person about cassette beasts, you know?
It's true.
Because it almost requires you to be like within the top percentile of people who like Pokemon to be looking for a Pokemon but better, you know? Like,
Yeah.
for most people, it's just a casual, like, it is what it is. It's a popular thing, and so I played it. It's not so much that they're, like, mechanically in love with this type of a game, per se, you know?
Yeah. I think I was talking to Z Cypher about that recently. Like, talking about like Stardew Valley was introduced to me as like being like Harvest Moon but better. I'm like, oh, I grew up with Harvest Moon. That sounds fun. I play Stardew. I'm like, this is not even remotely the same vibe, not the same tone or atmosphere. So it's just like,
I could not.
yeah,
get
all
into
right.
that
I mean, it's just not my kind of game.
And it's weird. Like, I heard so much about it, but I tried to play it and like immediately was bored. But then there's a game called Fields of Mystria, which is basically just like, okay, what if we took that and made it for like gay anime fans? Like, like if you grew up with like 90s Sailor Moon aesthetics, but you want that to be what it looks like. And I played about an hour of Fields of Mystria and was immediately into it. Still didn't end up playing more of it because I was daunted by, like, you know, getting into a long ass lifestyle game. But but it is a pretty huge difference, like just the aesthetics and like the tone and feel of a game. Like, and I had it explained to me kind of by watching videos about both Fields of Mystria and oh, that's neat, and Stardew Valley, that basically broke down that Stardew Valley is just like incredibly heteronormative, and like for me, like all of the problems I seem to have with it on that aesthetic level seem to spring forward from that. Like, it just comes from the mind of someone who is not looking at the world the way I am, you know? Whereas Fields of Mystria feels like if you took Stardew Valley and were just like, okay, but what if like a gay anime fan made the game instead? Like, it really is just that difference of vibe where it's like, I can connect with this version. Even though mechanically they're probably not super different, you know?
Yeah. I just could not get into it. I was just... Twice said something about like Pokemon isn't the first monster catcher game. And I was like, I know that's true, but I don't know what the first is, and I was trying to investigate.
Most popular though, like
it's the most popular for sure. Because I was wondering about it because the oldest
Tensei is you literally recruit monsters in that and in Dragon Quest.
I was gonna say it's probably Megami Tensei because Dragon Quest V was the first one that lets you catch monsters. And Dragon Quest V was like a little bit later. I think it was like 87 or...
I don't know if every Megami Tensei has that mechanic, though. I don't know which one did it first. But in Megami Tensei, it's about you have conversations with the monsters, and they'll always tell you some like weird esoteric shit. And if you give them the right response, then they'll join your team sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Dragon Quest V was like 92, so it's not even that...
But it's interesting because in Megami Tensei's case, I don't think you like ever have, like, you can just fight. You don't have to recruit monsters. You just
That's also the case in Dragon Quest.
And then you can also like fuse them with one another in a lot of the games. So
oh, that's funny.
It's like a heavy aspect of monster fusion that plays into most of the Megami Tensei games.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's funny how now Stardew Valley doesn't even like it doesn't need an introduction. It doesn't need to be like, oh, it's like Harvest Moon but better. Is like, I feel like Stardew is more ubiquitous now. Like I know more people who play Stardew. Like no one talks about Harvest Moon anymore because Harvest Moon isn't even Harvest Moon anymore. It's Story of Seasons now because the rights to like who has like the title, it's like all fucked up.
I didn't know that's why that exists. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who own the rights to the name Harvest Moon are putting out like shitty games that aren't Harvest Moon, and the real Harvest Moon is now called Story of Seasons. So that's why, like, if you want to play the remake of the old Harvest Moon, the remake is called Story of Seasons.
I didn't know all that, and that makes a ton of sense now. I've been wondering what the fuck was going on with these games.
Yeah. I figured it out because I saw a copy of it, like, for Switch at the store, and I was like, wait, Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life. And I looked at the box art, I'm like, this is the one I had on GameCube, but they added, like, more shit. Like, you can choose your gender now. It's like the same game, but you can choose your gender.
Shonen Fury asking
So
if I
fucking
would
cool.
say if Mystria has more fleshed out characters. I only played it for like an hour, so I can't really say for sure. But I've watched videos about it that made it look interesting. It's like very 90s anime, like slice of life vibe. The characters are all like just like, you know, they're all adults and extremely flirty. Like it's got that kind of you know, like it's clearly a game written by and for people who would write like fanfics about the characters and their relationships.
Mm.
Who's this cutie? Aroma Lady Jenna. I bet she smells nice because she's called an Aroma Lady. Let's use hidden power and destroy all of her Pokemon. I guess it didn't do that much. Paralyzed. Nope. Oh man. I guess Diaper Man can give this one a shot. Diaper Man to the rescue!
You're in charge, Diaper Man.
It's already 6:50. I think we're like an hour away from that group watch, right?
Oh yeah, I set an alarm on my phone. I'm not forgetting.
Yes, yes.
Oh no, he's paralyzed.
I'm not as worried about it. He doesn't look like he's gonna get knocked out. Come on, Diaper Man, get up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still have my copy of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life on GameCube. I'm just not really a life sim kind of person, so I have not gotten far in it. I just like to plug it in every once in a while just to hear that old music, get them cozy vibes, milk my cow, and then switch the game off because it's boring. I got a similar comfy vibe from a Dark Cloud, which I find much more engaging, because Dark Cloud is like an action RPG where they like do like procedurally generated dungeons. Like you go on dungeon crawls for a while, and then doing the dungeons gets you items that you can use to rebuild a village that was destroyed, and it's like you get to like lay out the whole town the way you want to, and you like, as you rescue NPCs, you can like talk to them and they'll tell you like, I'd prefer my house be in this place or with this thing or whatever.
I like to
And
consider
it's
Dark
fucking
Cloud
cool.
like a spiritual sequel to Soul Blader for
I haven't played it.
SNES. It's so
Looking that up.
So Soul Blader is the first in the Quintet trilogy, which also includes Illusion of Gaia and Terranigma. And they're all three like action RPGs that play kind of like Zelda, just like swipe your sword to kill enemies. But in Soul Blader, it's basically like you go into these various dungeons and you have to kill a certain number of enemies and then destroy their spawn point, and then that will like unlock the next part of the level. And then certain, like when you clear certain sections of level, then back on the home world, like before you go into the dungeon, you're just in a green field, just like in Dark Cloud, but it's like every time you beat a certain number of enemies, something will spawn back in the field, and it'll be like a building or a person or something, and then you'll go talk to them, and they'll tell you some of the story of what this town was before, like, the cataclysm that, like, basically the soul of everything has been locked away in these monster spawners. So when you break the monster spawner, you're freeing the soul, and the thing, like, rematerializes. And like you literally work for God in the game, and like God has you like fixing the world from the calamity. And then Dark Cloud took that and said like, okay, but we're gonna make it so you can decide where the buildings reappear and where the people show up, and like added this town building aspect to it. Not that it's the same developers or anything, I just think it was like, you know, spiritually from the same train of thought as games like that. And the people who made Soul Blader also made ActRaiser, which is a game that combines like 2D combat like Castlevania with like God game like SimCity type shit. It's really interesting. Also on the Super Nintendo. Quintet made like the most whacked out Super Nintendo games.
Well, I am a fucking huge fan of the Super Nintendo, so I looked up that game immediately. It's actually called Soul Blazer, it looks like.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the. It's like different in different countries. I think the
oh,
Japanese name is
gotcha.
Blader, and then the English one is Blazer.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I looked it up on eBay immediately because I saw screenshots and I was like, this game looks sick and I want it
Yeah,
really badly.
it's one of
And
my
I look on
favorite
eBay and
Super
it's like
Nintendos.
between $70 and $100. I'm like, fuck. I don't know if I can
Yeah, it's
afford
a
that
rare
right now.
one. Not a commonplace game, definitely.
Definitely adding that to my collection when I can, though, because that's fucking sick.
I think I did some Digibros playing it way back in the day, but not for more than like a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I ever beat the final boss. I think I did. I remember it being really hard, but I think I did beat it. One of the only Super Nintendo games I've actually completed.
I can't get enough of my Super Nintendo games, especially the RPGs. So many fucking incredible RPGs on that console.
Agreed.
I finish. I feel tempted to play Secret of Mana since like I started it while you were over at my house, and I'm probably gonna save that one for us to play together because we could totally like make that a part of our show.
Yeah, I super passed out watching you play that cozy ass game.
Yeah, you were like exhausted the whole time because you didn't have access to coffee.
Oh yeah, I brought like a massive amount of coffee beans and a coffee
Yeah.
bean grinder, but they did not have a coffee maker, so it was.
Yeah.
I should
And
have
then you
brought one.
forgot the coffee beans at our house.
I have like a French press I usually bring for travel. I was thinking, we're probably not going to make coffee while camping, so I don't need the French press. Like, not considering that you just would not even have a coffee maker.
Yeah, neither of us drink coffee. Fucking trying to catch up on chat.
I'm talking about the Lane game, it looks like. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
just like a text adventure game of sorts.
She said my real favorite genre is niche PS1 games about anime and manga properties that are impossible to find. PS1 games are just really fucking surreal and dreamlike, and I love them for that. They can get kind of hard to get into because a lot of PS1 games are so fucking slow paced and just like unintuitive and like kind of clunky to play, but like when you get into a PS1 game, it's like you are in another universe and it's pretty sick.
I wonder what is my favorite PS1 game.
She also said my taste in games becomes more and more limited as time goes on. I only like platformers and puzzle games for the most part at this point. I feel the opposite. I feel like I used to be just way into games that are just like nonstop doing like action-packed shit all the time, and as I've gotten older, I have felt more and more inclined to try out like turn-based RPGs and just take my time with stuff more.
As a kid, I like thought I was supposed to be into like smart intellectual games, like tactics games and puzzle games, and I'm fucking terrible at them. So it was just kind of like constantly like, I'm so smart, I should be playing tactics games, and just like get 3 levels in and completely stumped. Shit.
This is why I'm glad that I have Rhyme to tell me which Fire Emblem game to play first, so I don't end up hating the whole genre out of pocket. Oh yeah, Elaine said a minute ago, if we can talk about the copyright stuff again, what do you have another channel you can flock to if something goes wrong? I know you have a million channels, but which one?
Well, I'm thinking that we're just going to continue this series on the Slime Dolls channel and just stream over there because...
Should start linking that channel because it's not easy to find.
True.
Try Googling Slime Dolls and all you get is a bunch of like weird Elsa Gate shit for babies.
You want to type Slime Dolls Dragon Quest, you will definitely get it on YouTube. Or even just Slime Dolls Dragon works, but...
I'm going to try that right now. I'm going to try searching Slime Dolls Dragon Quest and see if I find it.
On YouTube, you should definitely find it. I don't know about on Google, but...
I'm using YouTube. Nope. It's like the 5th one down.
Damn, 5th one down? Damn.
Yeah, that thumbnail that Nisa drew for us. It's super cute.
I
I really love that thumbnail. It's just like you being all cute in your like witch outfit holding a slime for me to kill it.
Go on, don't
That's
be
great.
afraid. I am afraid. My Pokemon are fucking low health, and that battle was tough. I gotta go out and get my ringers out of the out of the whatever. Get my bird Pokemon.
Wow.
Sweep.
Cheese16788989 said, "Which Evangelion character has the smelliest farts? Please respond." And a couple people said Gendo. What the
Isabel
fuck?
said it would be sad if this channel was deleted, but it's one of the most thoroughly archived channels in YouTube history, so it won't be that big of a deal. Is it though? I
don't know
still
about
am not
that.
sure if people have really archived that much of it. Because people always archive the videos that they really care about, but they all care about the same videos. So there's like thousands of ones that I'm like, I don't know, did anybody archive all the fucking rants? I pulled most of those out of the every YouTube video playlist because it can only hold 5,000 videos, and there's too many fucking rants in there.
I'll just say, I like in a different Discord some years ago. Some years ago, I just randomly met someone online who said that they were doing like Digibro archiving or whatever, and they were like the most unintelligible person I've ever spoken to. I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying half the time.
I didn't know she was awesome. Oh, I want to cosplay her. I could easily do that. Oh, that'd be sick. I didn't know about her at all. I also forgot to change out my Pokemon, so I'm gonna get fucking stomped. Oh.
You done goofed. You done goofed it.
Oh,
yeah, I picked the firefighting type starter, so these first couple gyms were cake for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chimchar is definitely easy mode in this game.
Isabel said after the whole Yig Studio rebrand, the entire catalogs of both channels were archived like immediately, including redirect videos and shit.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because you like said you're deleting everything and told people to archive it, so they fucking lost their minds.
At the time, I was legitimately like shocked that it wasn't already all archived, because I just thought that's what people did. I thought like if people really liked something that they, you know, they archived it. Not that I like personally really do that, so I don't know why I thought that, but like I thought every like audience of a certain size had what I would call the top autists, who are the people who are going to like instinctively archive everything, you know. And I just thought I had that kind of audience that like, yeah, surely someone. Oh, I didn't mean to keep battling. God damn it.
Yeah.
But then, whoa, that thing transformed. And look, it's fucking adorable. What is this thing? I didn't know about this guy. Cherim? Does it look different depending on what it's fighting, or like?
I have to ask Z Cypher about this one.
I don't know nothing about Cherim. Isabel said, "Uh-oh, my brain is gone. That's not good."
Elaine said, "I don't really do that anymore. I used to be an ultra archiver, and it became very unhealthy and shitty. Now I've learned to let go." Yeah, I feel that.
Isabel said, "I never archive anything." I mean, I really don't either. And I also, but I'm very flippant about like if there's something like anime or something, I'm always expecting that someone has it, so I don't need to be the one because I know somebody has it. But like with anime, there are people who will just categorically, you know, save anything that is anime just because it is anime. I guess my content was not at that point until I like kind of demanded it, where I was like, you need to archive this stuff, because like I think that people are still of the mentality that like the biggest risk to my content is that I'm going to get rid of it. It's like, no, that was never the biggest risk. I was always going to bring it back. The biggest risk is YouTube will just kill this channel eventually. Like it is likely to happen.
It's true.
It's been down like 4 times, I think.
As like Elaine said, not a digi archiver, by the way. Just have to clarify that. Yeah, no. So I mean, like, I was a big fan of Digibro when that was a thing. But I don't think you should be a Digibro fan now. It's not great. I was not great, which is why I liked Digibro so much. We need all of the old Digi fans to grow up and transition.
True.
It's like, if you're, I don't know, those people are just, if you're still a diehard fan of Digi who like doesn't even exist anymore and was barely like a half-formed human, like you gotta fucking move on. You were just such a genius. You were so intellectual. Stop. Just stop.
Isabel says, I'm a Digibro fan by technicality, but I'm a much bigger Trixie fan. Like, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah. I was a bigger fan of Digibros than the main channel content. I mean, like, the main channel got me into anime in a big way. But yeah, I dug deeper. I dug into like the more personal shit. That was what made me a fan for life.
I feel like I should stop trying so hard and just let this gym leader fucking beat me already. I know they've got no chance. I totally
struggle to the bitter end. Struggle to the bitter end.
Completely forgot to change out my team.
Go, Diaper Man. You can do it.
I'm also kind of just underleveled in general.
Sarah Louise said, I am a Trial of the Golden Witch fan, first and foremost. That's pretty based, actually.
That's the correct answer.
Your music is so, like, underappreciated compared to your anime bullshit.
I've met a few people who first found me through my music, particularly David, Don't Call Me Dave, who, like, I think literally said that YouTube just recommended Gay and Dead, like, apropos of nothing, because he listens to, like, you know, obscure rap, like, internet rap, and he was like, this fucking rules, and then Gay and Dead was, like, his favorite album, and then found out about the rest of it through that.
Yeah.
Very rare that happens.
Elaine said, I liked a few Digi videos and I plan on watching the Every Video playlist, but Trixie feels way more healthy and fun. I feel like watching the Every Video playlist is a bit excessive because there's like heaps and heaps of videos in there. But
it's
like
5,000 videos at any given time.
Yeah. It is
because
interesting.
I have to clear out
yeah.
old ones to make room for new ones every so often.
It's like over a decade's worth of shit logged in there.
Yeah, the main purpose of it really is that there's some stuff that is hard to find because it's not on any of my channels. Like, I did a lot of guest spots, especially really early. Like, if you were to resort that playlist so that it's the oldest stuff first, you'll find lots of, like, where I was being interviewed on, like, other brony channels and stuff like that, where, you know, I made that playlist so I could track down all that shit and I would never lose it into the future. Granted, some of it's probably been taken down anyways. I'm sure there's lots of videos that are on channels that fully have disappeared by this point.
Isabel said, I want to make little essential playlists for every era of Trixie. I feel like that's more reasonable because I feel like there is a narrative arc to, you know, like your past on YouTube. It's like, I would describe like the Digibro era as like that was like the biggest character arc because that was like someone just like stuck in their room losing their mind watching too much anime trying to be a person and like making a lot of fuck ups along the way.
So I look at it like there's the My Little Pony arc is arc 1, right? Then there's well, I should say there's two different pony arcs. There's the I'm taking it really seriously as a as a YouTuber, like I'm trying to appeal to everybody. That was the original persona. Was like, this is My Little Pony content for anybody who would find it. And then the second era was, I don't want the kids watching my videos anymore because I'm fucking sick of them. So then it became the edgy pony content era.
Mhm.
And then it became I'm tired of the My Little Pony fans entirely. Let's move into but also I don't feel like I have a space in the gaming community, which was my original plan, was to be a gaming YouTuber, but I
Yeah.
hated gamers. This was the Gamergate period, so I was
Yeah.
really not trying to talk to gamers at this time. Um,
Yeah.
so I got into anime videos, and we'll call the first arc the like SAO like bullying arc, you know, just kind of dipping my feet in for a couple years, and then 2016 would be the vlogger, like the true Digibro era. The one everybody remembers is like when me and Jeff started making videos and our channels both blew up, when, you know, had Weebcast and I was keeping up with current shit, and the Astra Score Sucks had come out, and the fucking How to Recognize a Terrible Anime video, and I was doing vlogs all fucking summer. That is like peak Digibro, the most memorable era. And then the next one after that is the leaving Virginia arc. Me moving in with May, moving to Rochester, doing lots of collaborations with PCP members and stuff, and becoming like travel Trixie. This is also where I became a lot more focused on like Patreon exclusive content, because for a long time I was doing podcasts every week that summarized everything I did that week. Like my whole life story became just a Patreon podcast basically. And then I would also do the big review where I reviewed every piece of media that I consumed within that time frame. So there's a bunch of Patreon exclusive stuff that was just like, here's what my life is. And then like, you know, the Let's Plays shifted from being me and Victor twice a day to being me and May twice a day or whatever. So that was the me and May era. Then there's the Boston era, which is a whole other ball game, because that's when I entered the desperation downward spiral of, I have made a major fuck up and all of my money is disappearing, and my girlfriend's lost her mind. So like, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. That was the true like clusterfuck, everything's gone to shit era. And then after that, which is I forgot I was gonna name some of these, because the peak Digibro era was also where I started like Insomnia Analysis, and that was the epic art vlog series where I would really get into like the way I think and perceive the world. And then when I moved, it became the Meta Hole, and I did like 4 or 5 Meta Hole vlogs.
Yeah.
And then in Boston, it was the Gecko Estate, and there were like 4 or 5 big Gecko Estate vlogs. And then the next house was Rainbow Ranch, which is called that incidentally because it was on a road called Rainbow Drive. That's something that I couldn't explain at the time, and now I can. I partly moved to that house because like it's literally on Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the Rainbow Ranch and did like 4 or 5 vlogs there. And during Rainbow Ranch period was where I truly like lost the spark of like, it became, I'm just doing YouTube because it's all I know how to do, and I'm just trying to make it work as a career through like changing the way I do it over and over and over again to try to make it more sustainable, and never really finding an answer, continuing to kind of bleed money. And then of course my ex left and my life kind of completely shifted, and then I entered we'll call it the ASE Presents era, where I was mostly working with Riley and Mint and really kind of trying to disappear as much as I could, but I can't because my whole career is being a public image. So, I really just wanted to be like working for them, but I couldn't really figure out how to market any of what we were doing. No, none of my fans wanted it, So then we enter the me and Bird got a regular fucking day job and I retired era. And then finally now, truly, the Trixie the Golden Witch era that I would say began like early last year is when it truly was like, okay, I'm doing YouTube again because I don't know how to stop. I have like an unhealthy addiction to YouTube, and this is all I could do. And that's where we are today. Losing at this Pokemon gym very, very slowly.
Yeah. It's funny because in my mind, when I you can definitely group it into arcs like that, but I have a much easier time just dividing it cleanly into 2 different sagas, the Digi saga and the Trixie saga. Because to me, like, that's all that really matters. Like, the stuff that happened before you transitioned, it was interesting at the time, because I was also pre-trans. But everything after that is far more interesting now because it's like I feel like I'm seeing the real you for the first time.
I can't run. I can't run. I just want her to beat me. Just fucking win. Why are you winning so slowly?
As Rakiel said, it's like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, exactly.
Well, isn't Dragon Ball the better one though in that scenario?
I like them both equally.
I see.
Dragon Ball is like the more fun and chipper one, whereas Dragon Ball Z is the more serious one. So you'd have to reverse those because being Digi, as I understand it, was not fun.
Sarah says I missed the daily vertical streams. I've thought about bringing that back. I kind of forgot that it was a thing, just because I was mostly doing request streams after a while because I would just make so much more money doing that than doing vertical streams, and like whenever I was vertical, even if I could have taken requests, people just won't. Like it's just psychologically, like something about seeing that you're at your computer makes people go, oh, watch this, you know. Whereas if they see that I'm like outside, then they just think differently. So.
Yeah. Well, it's like a, more tenuous connection.
Yeah.
Feels harder to get like into it, I guess, and make it feel like an interactive thing. I tuned into some of the vertical streams last year while I was like between shifts at work. I definitely feel like that was I don't know, it's an interesting time because, I wasn't like super engaged with the content. It was just like if the title interested me, I'd click on it, listen to some of it while I was driving around, be like, oh, well, it's nice to see she's doing well. And then I'd go about my day. Just like like being disengaged since all the Boston shit happened and just checking in on the channel every once in a while to see how you're doing. Like catching up with an old friend. Even though you had no idea I was there the whole time.
Store slime doll. It doesn't really.
I'm gonna go bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna bring the flying Pokemon. And Brody will probably be useful as a backup. Yeah, I'm like way underleveled for this. I've been trying too hard to raise too many different Pokemon at the same time. I tried to send the lolly rant to someone who at the time was my best friend for 3 years to justify the fact I watch you, and she was not having it. You mean like the anti-lolly rant? The more recent one? She was not having it. Not to my taste. Let's go. Gardenia.
Does everybody like the mushrooms on my legs?
I know I do. Your whole dress is fucking adorable.
I'm epic.
So they say.
See, Cypher said, has your bird even evolved yet? It has, hasn't it?
It is
It's in like its middle stage.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna keep throwing this turtle on the ground. She ended up leaving because I was friends with a pedophile. Had we even ever spoken? Like, regardless of the accusation part, we weren't even friends, and you were. No, that's fucked. Imagine being like, I'm not gonna be friends with you because of like a YouTuber you watch. Like said something I don't like once. I don't know. That's crazy to me. I still don't know.
It's the world we live in now.
Pokemon. What is Cherum's deal? Why does it transform between its forms? I think some people just really like relish the opportunity to be offended or to like hate. They're just like, I'm
That's
allowed to
just
hate this thing. Don't take this away from me. You know, like
a lot of people have taken progressive politics and turned it into purity testing. It's just a new version of the satanic panic or whatever. It's always just
what's the
pearl
like
clutching dipshits.
there's that the meme that's like, I've already drawn you as the soy jack or whatever, like
Yeah, I've drawn you as the soy jack and me as the Chad, so I've won the
yeah,
argument.
exactly. Especially your best friend of 3 years, says Isabel. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that makes me think, like, did they just not like want to be your friend and this was just like an excuse, like, because yeah, like blowing up a whole ass relationship over something that doesn't really make sense to me reads as like, okay, this isn't really what it's about. Like, this is the excuse I have for what I already wanted to do that I didn't know how to excuse until, you know, I was given an excuse. That's just my assumption as an armchair psychologist.
My cat is aggressively smooching me right now. Good kitty. Oh, you okay? You okay, buddy? He's like
That was
coughing.
an interesting sound from a cat.
Yeah, he coughs sometimes. It's because he's like, he does this thing sometimes where he's like acting like he's gonna cough up a hairball, but he always just sucks it back down.
Oh, gross.
Really weird.
Maybe, but also she is like the type of person that would blow up a relationship over something like that. Lol. Hey, well, maybe you're
That just sucks.
you're better off than without this friend. I'm just saying, you know, maybe they did you a favor, putting a little distance. I feel like that's not what I like should say to someone who lost their friend, but I'm also like, I don't know, I've recently lost some friends and I kind of feel better about it. Like I kind of feel like, actually I'm in a much better place now that I'm not worried
like,
about like trying to appease these people, you know.
Yeah, it's like when the wound is still fresh, it's like you should be more supportive, but this is something that like happened a bit ago, so it's like I think it's okay to just be like, yeah, I think you're better off. It's definitely the stage I'm at. I'm just like, someone was a toxic influence in my life, and now they're not there anymore, and my life is just so much easier.
Yeah.
Like looking forward and not thinking about it anymore. It doesn't have to occupy space in my brain all the time.
The things that had become stresses and concerns that were being raised to me all the time are no longer stresses and concerns being raised to me all the time. And it's like, I know those people are still out there creating those same issues for someone else, but maybe those people they're creating those issues for will deal with them, or maybe they will see the light of their own ways when they don't have anyone around to, like, you know, make them feel placated to the way they already are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. This kitty is so cute. Oh my goodness.
I really want to cosplay Gardenia. Forest badge. She's very, very much like Vera coded.
So, what do you think of Platinum so far? How does it compare to other Pokemon games in your brain?
I really like it. I feel like, so in my Pokemon experience basically goes like red, little bit of yellow, and then silver, which I was tremendously into as a kid. I thought silver was like a big step up from the first game because it was like more Pokemon and twice as many gyms. I wasn't like cognizant of how close together the gyms really are yet as a kid.
They just made the world tinier.
It just felt like wow, there's twice as much game. I can't believe it. And then the third game, partly because of it not having as many gyms, partly because of the whole like glamour contest stuff. I just remember getting like a few gyms in and being like, I don't know about this one. I might be too old for this now. Like, and being pretty sad about that realization. Like, but at this point, I was deep into anime. Like, this was when I had like gotten into Adult Swim and was like on anime forums, and I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh, and so it did kind of feel like Pokemon was becoming a nostalgia property for me already at like 12, you know, because it's been like 5 years that I'd been into it. And so Gen 3 I kind of fell off. Gen 4 I skipped entirely. I kind of looked at it like, I'll let Shade get into Pokemon now. And Shade ended up playing Platinum also, because I guess Victor wasn't that impressed with Diamond, and Shade played Platinum. But then when Black and White came out, because it was such a like graphical step up, I became interested, and also the fact that it had no old Pokemon. It was like just all new guys. I thought a lot of them were really strong. And when I played Black and White, I had a feeling like, oh, this feels like playing the first game for the first time again, kind of. And weirdly, though, that's also how I kind of feel playing this game, because Gen 3, I remember feeling like so much of a departure from the first two that this game feels like a return to form. Like, oh, this is basically just if you combined those first two games and did everything they were trying to do better. So it, to me, just feels like, oh, this is the most pure experience of this era of Pokemon, of like, the level design is very similar to Gen 1 in terms of like the pacing, the way things are laid out, the way it introduces new concepts to you through the battles, like the pacing at which it like introduces you to Pokemon and attacks and mechanics is very familiar in that sense. And it feels really good. It just feels like, yes, they did it. They learned all the lessons from the last 3 games and put them into this one. And then it feels like Black and White was like, they looked at this and said, okay, we basically reached peak. Like, we ended the game functionally. Now let's restart it, you know?
Exactly.
But then every game after that has felt like they restarted it all over again. Like, every gen has felt like a totally different thing since then. And now I can really see how much like X and Y really like both expanded massively, but also just broke so much that it was kind of like irreparable. Like, Pokemon is just chaos now after X and Y.
X and Y was the transitional, like, it was the end of an era and the start of
that, like, that's when modern never quite Pokemon figuring out what it is anymore. Like, and I still don't think they know. I suspect we're getting closer to like an identity that could be consistent, but I just feel like every game has been so different because none of it's quite clicked and worked. None of it's been like, oh, this is what Pokemon should be in perpetuity now, you know?
Yeah. Like, as the Cypher said, Gigadonk, sell me your unlabeled sapphire so I can eat it like a Jolly Rancher. That is the plan. I've been trying really hard to fucking figure out a time and date for when we can go and visit you. I really want to make that happen soon.
It's tough because it's 24 hours of driving. It's not 24 hours of travel time per se. 24 hours of just the driving. So it would definitely be something where, like, I mean, the most ideal way to take that on would be like a 3-day drive, like where you drove like 7 hours, camped, drove 7 hours, camped, and drove 7 hours. 7 hours in a day is still a really tough drive, and especially to do it 3 days in a row, much less 2 12 hours or 1 24-hour. Now, granted, we could do it in cycles of who's actually driving, but that still means you're in the car for 24 hours, you know? Like,
it's true.
And depending what car that was, if it was me, you, and Bird, that means someone's got to sit in the back, you know, like, so
I've been on a lot of long drives in my day. I feel like I can do up to like 8 hours of driving a day before it starts to hurt.
Yeah, Bird and I tried to, we've been trying to base our travels around like 7 hours is about how long you can go before it's like, you really feel like you did nothing that day, you know, like, 7 hours is a work shift, so you can still feel like, okay, there's time to like eat lunch and feel human, like maybe walk around a rest area for a bit, maybe
Yeah.
stop at like a cool brewery for a little while, or
Oh yeah, for
go
sure.
see something. But if you try to go more than 7 hours, it's like, all right, well, this is today, I'm
Yeah.
driving, and it takes your brain a lot to like decompress the experience of seeing like hours worth of stuff you've never seen.
Yeah.
Like it's literally new experiences nonstop at like a clip, literally like a rate humans aren't supposed to move at. Like we're not supposed to go 50 miles an hour. Our brain is not
Yeah.
built to handle that amount of information. So yeah,
it's a lot. I've tried, like, I did a Colorado road trip with a friend of mine some years ago, and yeah, we just kind of tried to do all the driving as like just taking shifts, it's like taking turns driving for like 8 hours at a time. It sucked, especially driving through like Kansas.
gotta get us
Kansas
some
is a
brand deals in a
big
private
empty
jet.
nothing. Yeah.
Once we get that sweet Casper mattress money, we'll buy ourselves a private jet.
I'm sorry, I just fucking. This fucking chat, Isabel said, Legends Arceus was so good, though. I played that game while the whole Boogie 2988 faking cancer thing was going down. I had a blast.
Oh yeah, Bird really loves that game. He was like, I really want that to just be what they all are now. Is Arceus.
Every time I hear about Boogie 298, it's the most psychotic shit.
Yeah, that guy's not all right.
He's crazy.
Very much not all right. I think
Elaine
we should
said,
end this. I think we should end this here. Because
before we do,
second gym, and yeah.
Yeah, before we do, I just wanted to read. Elaine said, I know this is so random, but would either of you be up for selling autographs? I've seen people do it before, and I'd totally buy one from both of you. I just saw a voice actor do it, so I figured I'd ask.
I mean, I will sign. I have thought about anything I have sold, because I have sold physical objects, and anytime I do it, I offer to sign it. Depending on what it is, sometimes, like, if people are buying like a t-shirt I used to wear or something, they usually want it signed. If they're buying like a DVD they just want and I have, usually they don't, because it's like just want the DVD,
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely would be down to sell things with my signature on them. I used to do a lot of like patron. I used to have a patron mail care package. That's what it was called. I would like mail people like a little manila envelope with a flash drive in it and like a sticker and some kind of signed. Oh yeah, these art cards. I would draw. Wow, I forgot about this. That actually, I hand drew, like I had these little like little cards that I would hand draw something like about my life from that month, and each one was unique and numbered, so, and signed. So like everybody has a unique art card that feasibly could be traded. I was thinking, so one day someone's going to want to collect all of the art cards, and they're going to have to track down all of my old patrons who ever had a care package and fucking get each set. There's probably like 12 sets of 10 to 20 cards each. Good luck someone from the future tracking down all the Trixie Digibro art cards.
I'm just kind of floored because like no one's ever asked me to
trash.
No one's ever asked me to sign anything before, so I'm like, oh damn, I forgot that's like autographs are like a thing.
Wait till you start going to cons. It happens quick. Literally the first con like that I went to as a celebrity, BronyCon, the first time, I must have signed like upwards of 40 things. Like it was peak me being recognized as a celebrity, and every BronyCon I signed a bunch of stuff. I've had people randomly walk up to me at anime cons and just be like, "Can you sign my DS?" and stuff like that. So
I need to.
You have to start carrying a Sharpie
practice
on you when you're at cons.
Never been to a con, but God, I hope I get to have that experience.
I'm
Sounds awesome.
I gotta take you to a con before this fucking year is over. We have to go to Minnesota. We have to go to a convention. They can be the same thing, or Z-Cypher's traveling to some conventions too, so it's possible we could just travel to a convention he's traveling to, especially if it's closer to us than.
Yeah.
Not that I don't. I also do want to go to Minnesota though, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We have to make it happen, but I
would
to get
like
my
for
money
it to
under
happen.
control.
Yeah, no. I would
Exactly.
like for it to happen. Like I would have liked for it to have happened in July. Like that was what I was hoping for, and it pains me
Yeah.
that it hasn't happened already.
I'm already gonna be probably like significantly late on rent this month, so I'm washed. I have no money for any
Yeah,
travel
damn.
at all.
Well, maybe if you want to do some request streams in between the Platinum Let's Plays, I'm always down.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do some of that. Oh,
I know you really don't want to.
drag Lapusha in here. All right,
So
what
long,
kind
well,
of danger queer content you got for me today?
so long as I'm here, it's not so bad, right?
No, it's always fun with Krona. I'll do
Uh, uh,
anything with Krona here.
yeah. Forget people paying us to watch garbage. I will gladly bully them with you. I'm always down for that. And if
I'm
Lapusha
always
wants to pay,
confused why like people don't do things like I don't know. Here's $5, like slam a kiwi into your face or something. Like that's just. I'm always whenever I'm asking people like, what do you think I should do for money? They're always like, what if you made like an analysis video? I'm like, how do I make money off of that? I've been doing that for 15 years. And I don't have any fucking money. Where's the part where I just like do dumb shit and get money? Like, isn't there? Don't people pay
yeah,
people to like, I don't know, like shove a crayon up their nose or something? Like, there must be an easier way than make a fucking analysis video.
right.
Um,
I don't know. It's like do something you did before, but again, like
yeah,
it's because the secret to YouTube is to just keep doing one thing over and over
for some
forever.
people, for sure.
I fucking hate the idea of that. I don't want to just do the same thing every week for the rest of my life. It sucks.
Yeah, you have to have a really good thing. Todd in the Shadows is the only person who really truly nailed it, who picked
Yeah.
series concepts that are so good they never get old or tiring.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this like when you were at my house.
Lane says
We
if
were
you're
in the
ever selling
backyard
stuff,
and you
at
saw
me
that
and I'll buy
fat
something so
fucking
you can
groundhog.
sign it. I will definitely do that. I need to set up. I have like an Amazon store front, and I need to just.
Mm.
I have a bunch of shit I want to sell too, like a bunch of fucking manga
Yeah.
I don't want and DVDs and stuff. So, I'm just really lazy about that kind of thing, creating listings, and I'm always like scared I'm gonna sell something and then its value is gonna jump like for some stupid reason. But
Yeah. All we got to do is make a Let's Play show out of playing all of my retro video games, starting with the oldest ones, and then when we beat each game, we both sign it and sell it. That's the real move.
Yes. That is.
I have emulators. I don't need to own all this shit. I just like having it.
Okay, if
Yeah,
you're
we
in the
should.
Golden Butterflies Discord, catch us in like 25 minutes on the Infinity Train watch along. Other than that, bingy bongy.
Tiny